Did y'all hear me? Or did I just hit myself on mute? Did y'all hear me any of this time? I, I, I touched the screen and I saw it was muted. And I was like, I hope I ain't been talking all that time on mute. Y'all didn't hear me? Damn. I said, hey, y'all. It was the visual, it was the video that got the video that made it stop, not the actual song. I said, we got one more song left because Uncle Murder did 3 parts. My favorite part is part 2 because of the visuals that was in there with the Diddy and all of that. And that was hilarious. But I said, my research team sent me this as I was going, like when I was playing the first song. And they said, is Stank really married? And I was like, I don't know why. And I was like, look at what I just sent you. I said the seller. Now, if you look at the seller, we see the Kill Patrick nigga. Remember, I just showed y'all him on the 0 and the 80,000 on my commune wall. And then you will see Amanda Bolden. That's Stank. Now, this in 2021. I don't know how long Stank and them been married, but it's 2 different last names listed as sellers. Why would it be if she ain't she supposed to be a Watts? Ain't she supposed to be Amanda Watts or Amanda Bolden Watts, not just Amanda Bolden? I think we done found us another she, and llama. The names ain't naming. Okay. I think it's been long enough. I'm gonna play part 3. It's like 7 minutes and 30 seconds. See y'all then.
Gang the mob, true sippers, we in too deep. Money boy, trade. Money boy, trade. Money boy, trade. Stay with a bag, I'm cashing them bread. 100 round shooters on head. Little nigga talking, but they not a threat. BB is damaged and bands on my neck. Jacking my spread. 4 up before, pop me a head. I'm saucing, I'm dripping, I'm wet. I'm trending, I'm thinking, I'm fire, I'm hit. Stay with a bag, I'm cashing them bread. 100 round shooters on head. Little nigga talking, but they not a threat. BB is damaged and bands on my neck. Jacking my spread. 4 up before, pop me a head. I'm saucing, I'm dripping, I'm wet. I'm trending, I'm thinking, I'm fire, I'm hit. It's a go 10 and 4, it's a bed. On the ground, about to cook me a jet. Niggas mad when I stun and I flip. With precision, I'm gripping the jet. Burn a brain while I'm gripping the neck. No dealings, I jump on some tech. I'm a dog, it's the same on my mess. Go hard and shout out to my ex. Play if I move it onto the net. I done Brooklyn, coast out with the net. I'm shattered, I'm blessed. Like a bitch in that run with a friend. Yeah, I be talking shit with some jet. Take it simple with Yankees and Mets. High fiving with guys in it. Don't ego, my life is the shit. Stay with a bag, I'm cashing them bread. 100 round shooters on head. Little nigga talking, but they not a threat. BB is damaged and bands on my neck. Jacking my spread. 4 up before, pop me a head. I'm saucing, I'm dripping, I'm wet. I'm trending, I'm thinking, I'm fire, I'm hit. Stay with a bag, I'm cashing them bread. 100 round shooters on head. Little nigga talking, but they not a threat. BB is damaged and bands on my neck. Jacking my spread. 4 up before, pop me a head. I'm saucing, I'm dripping, I'm wet. I'm trending, I'm thinking, I'm fire, I'm hit. I get it, I'm gon' pull off in a hurry. First you smoke and sit into my stripping. No time to kick it, I'm busy, I'm working. I just suspended, I'm still out here serving. 30s and green, 3 that's the rain. Pulling up train, form machine. Infrared beam, carbon 15. Money boy trade, fly with no wing. My bottom is red, robbers the green. Hold on my body, I feel like a dream. Go to one center, course I watch it clean. Green rich and water, but up for the team. Fuck your opinion, that's all that I strain. I was 14 when I had a dream. Dollar sign, go for the green. Pop me a bean. Swagging, I'm fresh and I'm clean. Feeling like Jordan, I'm wearing Supreme. Rolling up, smoking Supreme. Infrared beam. Carbon 15. Precise like a surgeon, I won't miss a thing. 24/7, I'm flat with no wings, bitch.
Good evening, people. Good evening. Good job, Flexi. Good job. I ain't said this in a minute, and I know she listening, so I'm gonna do it. True. She listening. I ain't did it in a while. How y'all doing? It's a glorious day today. It's a glorious day. Apparently, all I know is when I found out Katt Williams was on Shannon Sharpe, I looked and it was 88,000 people watching. It wasn't live, it was a premiere, so it was already recorded. I guess niggas, he had been promoting it or whatever, but it was 88,000 people watching it, bitch. I was like, okay, it's a lot of people watching. But then, as soon as that jet ended, all of a sudden, it was everybody just fat. He went off on a lot of niggas, and a lot of niggas responded back. It's a lot of people saying, get him, Katt. It's a lot of niggas saying Katt sound like a hater. I know Cedric the Entertainer was one of the people he called out, said that came out and spoke his piece like, nigga, you again? So they broke the internet. So that's what we're going to listen to tonight. We're going to listen to them. I don't know what the other people want me to do. I just don't know what to do. Life goes on. I come up with information as it goes. I couldn't do a whole live about Vito's podcast disappearing, so I just did a short and an upload, just to keep it spicy. Damn it. I think I'm going to play, because I did save it, I think I'm going to play, what's that dude name? I just said it, Cedric the Entertainer. Play his response. Vito, we want you to come back, Vito. Don't kill the podcast, G. Don't kill the podcast. Cause I don't think you did it because of me. Cause if you would have did, if you were doing it because of me, you would have did it like before I did 11 episodes. Like you clearly knew I was doing them to your mama knew. So I don't think you did it towards me because you were well aware that the last episode that I did was your last episode. So I don't think you did it because of me. We rooting for you over here, Vito. You should come back. We was expecting the new year thing. But I also noticed, Vito, when in my short, because you had a link, I had seen that you didn't say my family. You said I need all my friends. Like you don't really like your family. I don't like your family neither. Well, I don't like your mama. I don't know nobody else. I don't like your mama. She do the most. But you don't like your family. Come back with the pod, Don't let your mama bully you. You're 40. You have a voice. You are a strong, light-skinned woman. Stand in your shit. Own it. Be strong. What would Beyonce do? All that good shit. Stop laughing at me, y'all. I know y'all laughing. This is not funny. I'm trying to be serious. I'm trying to give Vito the Don some words of encouragement because I'm disappointed. The podcast is gone. You can't, y'all seen the upload. You can't, I tried. I Googled it. I went to the Spotify. I went to Apple Music. You can't find it. Except for on my channel. I got all the episodes in one convenient playlist in case y'all didn't. At least you'll be remembered in history if you don't come back. You'll always be immortalized on my channel in your own playlist, Vito. Come through, holla at your boy. We nice over here. We ain't your mama. We nice. We're inviting. We're friendly people. Stop laughing. I'm looking at the emojis on the side of the screen. Stop it. Y'all can't be serious for shit. Threw me off. I don't like y'all. Okay, wait, it's two Cedric the Entertainer. I think I got both of them. Oh, wait, before we get into that, y'all, remember I told y'all about the pastor this morning? I got a video of that nigga speaking, so we gonna listen to them. Remember I told y'all about the pastor this morning? I got a video. Shut up.
A story that has made national headlines happened right here in the Triad. A High Point pastor arrested after police say he tried to push his wife's co-worker into a McDonald's deep fryer. WFMY News 2's Amber Lake spoke with Pastor Dwayne Waden.
They said tried to push the head in there. He was trying to push his head in the deep fryer. Apparently, God got to him after he was charged, and he's changed his whole tune. He ain't tough no more.
And his wife about what they say happened, plus a response from McDonald's.
A conflict at McDonald's.
You're not going to disrespect my wife.
Turned into a pastor in handcuffs.
I ended up getting arrested and, getting a simple assault charge.
57-year-old Pastor Dwayne Waden tells me this all started back in May when his wife got a job at the McDonald's on South Main Street in High Point. The Wadens claim she was being mistreated.
You couldn't find no job for your wife around the church. Like, she couldn't be the housekeeper. She couldn't be the secretary. She couldn't be over the usher board. She had to go to McDonald's. I'm just saying, Pastor, you got like you a pastor, so that means you above everybody, kind of like everybody come to you to talk to God for some odd reason. I never understood that concept, why we would have to go to one person for God, and he's supposed to be closer to us and tell us what God say. Yeah, but you got this pipeline to God, and y'all couldn't come up nothing better than her going to be a manager at McDonald's. I'm just Walmart, maybe TJ Maxx, Ross, a Home Depot. I could just name a whole bunch of places that ain't McDonald's. That was the divine plan for her to go work at McDonald's and you catching the assault charge. Boy, if God is real, he hate me. He like, this is a sarcastic motherfucker. I don't like that nigga.
While on the job, Waden says corporate was notified but claims nothing changed. The pastor says he went to pick his wife up from work last Thursday after she called him claiming she was being harassed again.
She went back in the back to get her keys. And when she went back to get her keys, a gentleman came from behind, which was
Pastor, why wasn't she ready to roll when you pulled up? Nigga, she's supposed to be outside waiting when you pulled up. Fuck, she wait till you pull up to go get her keys. What kind of shit is this? Apparently, she wasn't that harassed. She probably was in there talking shit, talking about my husband on the way to whoop your ass. I'm sure she was. Now, they say there's restaurant footage and they ain't released it yet. I'm looking for it. I want to see it. I do. YouTube frowns on fights, but I'm shit. Fuck it. I'm willing to risk it. We in too deep. I've brought y'all the story and I'm giving y'all his response now.
manager mouthing off at me and just went back in the back to get her keys. And when she went back to get her keys, a gentleman came from behind, which was a manager, mouthing off at me and disrespect my wife.
Police say that's when Waden pushed a...
So he didn't touch you. He just said some disrespectful shit. But see, that also go to the point where we talk about these people on the internet. Even the pastor said, bitch, you got me fucked up. He a real nigga. You could saying words in a nigga face will get your ass whooped. Now we could debate all day about whether it's right, whether it's primitive, doesn't matter. But we do know that that's a consequence of talking shit to somebody in their face. That's why these niggas is so free to do the shit that they do on the internet, because they know ain't no consequence to it until you pull up outside their manor, and then they all of a sudden they got amnesia. They got Alzheimer's. They don't remember all the shit they was just saying the day before. Fuck, months ago. They don't even remember the shit they said the day before. So then they call you out again, and you be like, all right, nigga, I'm outside. I'm there. What? Hey, what? They, nigga, they on the panel telling you I'm downstairs. Nothing. Nigga, know as many times as he done been lumped up and pictures have been shown of him on this here internet, he knows it's real life consequences to the shit he's saying in niggas' faces. They just be doing the most. Hey man, why is you up here with this LA Ram? I hate what Eptein, man. I don't like you, bro. So you came up here to have a bigger jet. What is wrong with you? You and Gabe is tripping lately, G.
Man, you got the same thing. I gave you the instructions on how to do it.
You
still
and
show up with that
Gabe
little
is tripping. You just gave me that one an hour ago. Nigga, they saw me in Flexi Chat say, man, why is your icon bigger than mine? That's what I asked him. I was asking about the YouTube icon. He sent this shit. I put this shit up, and then he come up here with a bigger one. What the fuck? I don't like him. Him and Gabe is tripping. What is wrong with y'all? Is it are y'all air signs or some shit? I don't even know what that means.
Nah, man. I'll send you the instructions again, man. You can use all your things just like this, but
I'm not going into no program, and they send me the final product, so I ain't got time for the other shit.
You got the final product. It's the option you're using. First, you got to cover your camera. Block your camera with anything and go to your settings and go to virtual background and load it up like
I ain't doing all this shit.
It's right there in front of you. It's simple, man. It's simple. I got you through it, man.
Hey, look at this shit.
Yeah, I was saying so you looks on the screen.
So you big man and I'm little Trey.
Hey, these are still the prototypes, man. I'm still working on them.
Yours is way bigger than mine, sir. You did this shit on purpose coming up here. You ain't never beat Gabe up here. You don't even hit links.
All right, I showed up to show off. I ain't gonna
lie. I know you did.
But the
big ass icon.
Hey, that shit thick too, man. I gotta change that gold in the middle. I gotta dull it down a little bit so the rims will stand out more.
Fuck that. I'm changing my shit. It don't matter. It's still gonna be bigger than mine any fucking way. This nigga got a super trick.
Which code? No, take a time out real quick. This is gonna take 30 seconds. What you do is make sure your camera is covered. Turn on your camera. Make sure it ain't blocked. Go to your settings.
That's how I'm gonna be Little Truth Hurts. I'm gonna be Little Truth Hurts. I'm going back to my Truth Hurts logo.
I didn't want to make hers yet until I, you know what I'm saying, got these right.
Fuck you, man. Yeah, I mean that as respectfully as possible.
Man, we stay gang. I know what you mean. Shit. But that pastor crazy, dog.
I just got to look at this big gold ass plate.
It's the moon, man. It's the moon.
And you shine. You everybody. Ray Charles can see you got money. This nigga collection plate gold. Oh yeah, don't have my Cash App looking like State GoFundMe. They gonna say I don't support. That's what they gonna say. They gonna say it. They gonna be like, see, they don't support. They were laughing at Stank for not getting no money in 4 months on her GoFund. He ain't getting no Cash App. That's what they gonna say. A super chat. They crazy. Hit the Cash App. Hit the super chat. Don't let them be right. We better than them.
Cooks head towards the deep fryer and punched him in the face. Wayden says it didn't necessarily happen that way.
He got in my face. And when he got in my face, I pushed him. And when I pushed him, he grabbed me. So when he grabbed me, we went to tussling and stuff of that nature. And the floor, and when he got in my face, I pushed him. And when I pushed him.
So again, sir, you initiated the violence. And you said he was saying words, so I think you probably got in his face first. He probably called you a punk ass nigga. And you was like, what? Not saying that you was wrong. I am saying you a holy man. No, you're supposed to know better than that. You're supposed to be in control of your emotions. What would Jesus do, sir? I mean, you would judge one of your congregation if they had a fight like this that made the news and they tried to push the nigga head in a deep fryer. I'm still just perturbed and I'm baffled at how this damn first lady is the manager in training. I'm baffled. It wasn't nothing else for her to do. She couldn't bake cakes and nothing. Oh yeah, by the way, Drew, we still on for the cookies, right? Cause I think I seen like 4 orders last night. So yeah, I think she's still on for Friday. I'm gonna text her later on and see.
He grabbed me. So when he grabbed me, you know, we went to tussling and stuff of that nature. And the floor was real slippery. So, you know, I kind of bear hugged him. And when I bear hugged him, he punched me in the back of my head. So when he punched me in the back of my head, I commenced to swing.
Several employees had to pull Waden off the employee, according to the police report. Police also say the employee suffered a large contusion to the forehead and right eye, along with scratches on his neck. McDonald's released a statement that reads in part, "The safety and security of our employees and customers is our top priority, and I was appalled by this act of violence in my restaurant last week." Waden says,
"Is it safe to say there was a holy ass woman?"
Looking back, he regrets not walking away.
My intent was to get my wife and leave to get her out of that environment. Going forward, you know, this is a learning experience going forward. Just, you know, don't let people pull you into their chaos. Going forward, I just walk away.
Waden's wife was let go as a result of this incident. As for legal matters, Waden is out on bond. He's expected back in court in a couple of weeks.
Oh, man. So...
Cedric the Entertainer responds. Give me a second. Dude finna read Cedric.
My specials and bread, regardless of whatever cats want to see the rest of that, go ahead and check out Club Shay Shay on YouTube and all that good stuff. Now, as this is going viral, Cedric the Entertainer stepped into the comment section of one of these vlogs and said this right here. Says revisionist history. Regardless of whatever cat's opinion, my career can't be reduced to one joke Katt Williams claims as his. Now, y'all know this boy, man. He got all these damn typos. Y'all know you, man. He says, "I've been in over 40 movies. My specials and bread speaks volumes for who I am. The people I put on, including Katt in the Hat at the Gibson Amphitheater. And all that tough talk is corny as funk. I'm a grown-ass man, and none of that ish gonna go like you think. You do you over there, and I got this over here." Now, this ain't the first time that Ced has addressed this on social media. He says, "Katt attack to all my peoples hitting me about a Katt Williams commentary. I say, no, sir. That joke has roots tied into so many of my other jokes. To know me is know most of my jokes are very similar, animated characters acted out of sense of humor. I've had jokes stolen. I've had similar premises to others as well, but that joke has DNA that's over 30 years, specifically from me. Cigarette hanging from the lip and all." Check out what Ced had to say right here.
What up, y'all? What's up? It's Ced. Everyone addressed this Katt Williams thing one time, man. I saw people on there really commenting about that. Look, I have no idea what this brother is talking about. That joke is over 30 years old, close to 30-something years old. I did the Kings of Comedy in 1999. Probably had been doing that joke 6-7 years before that. I don't even know if Katt was doing comedy then. So, you know, again, he's a talented brother. I have no idea what he's talking about. I've never seen Katt do a space shuttle joke. So, you know, there may be something that he believes is true. I've written a lot of jokes. I've had a lot of comedians steal my jokes as well. So I understand if you feel, you know, slighted by that, but that's my joke. That's my joke, though. Driving space shuttle to the moon, cigarette, cutie pie rocking in the background, parallel parking space shuttle. It's my joke, though. So that's where I believe it to be. So, all right.
Now, once again, I'm going to run the audio from the joke on Kings of Comedy. I'm pretty sure if you guys seen Kings of Comedy before, you heard this joke. This is the last joke he walk off with. I'm going to play the audio because, you know, copyrights and all that good stuff.
They going to move to the moon. Ain't going to happen. Y'all move to the moon, damn it, we coming to the moon. We we be right behind y'all in space shuttles with Cadillac grills. We're just rolling one headlight out. Tags be all wrong. All base. Y'all know we'll drive a space shuttle too. That's right up our damn alley. A space shuttle is long. They ain't scared no black folk. We'll drive a space shuttle.
All right. And now for the main event.
Ability, and I had no pull. But with Ricky, talk about one of the great, they feel comfortable. You know them, how prepared you are, the same thing. So all comedians either turn out to be connoisseurs like myself.
Right.
This is the other side of Kirk Franklin prank. This is the reckoning. 2024.
Father, one of the great funny men of our generation and any generation, Mr. Katt Williams.
Thank you, sir.
How was that
magnificent. You are magnificent at intros, and you did not skimp on mine. I appreciate it.
Appreciate that. You know, anytime you come to Club Shay Shay, we have to toast.
Yes.
Bro, you've been doing it. I mean, you're one of the top two. You're one of the top touring comedians of all time. You already got started before we started taping.
I did.
Appreciate that. Tell the people at home.
I thought they was lying, and yeah, this particular alcohol.
Remember, I told y'all it was 88,000 people watching the premiere. This video is 12 hours old. It's at 2.6 million views. And he broke this episode. It's a 2-hour episode. He broke it down into like 3:35 and 30 and 45 minutes in. Killing it. Them just probably damn near a million or close to it. Shay say, clip. Uncle Shay E, and he probably live right now doing the nightcap with Ocho sitting with nine. Well, no, it's a different show. He probably live right now doing the nightcap.
Those are Tucker Carlson numbers.
Oh shit, he done broke it down even more. Okay, so he got a 35-minute clip, a 28-minute clip, a 21-minute clip, a 16-minute clip, 9-minute clip, and 1 minute and 52 seconds. He eating cool. Yep, because the 35-minute clip is at 938,000 views, so this is about to be at 1 billion. The 28-minute one is at 54,000. Still watching the other ones, 21 and 27. The 16-minute is at 170,000. 9 minutes at 18K. Boy, that ain't good enough.
Is stronger than you think it would be, probably by about 2.
4 or 5
and unbelievably smoother and milder by the same maybe 30% than you could possibly expect. And unlike cognacs the world over, this one doesn't taste like wood at the end, and it doesn't taste like it's got artificial colors, and it doesn't taste like it's got artificial flavors. It's a fine product.
He's a connoisseur. You can tell he's a cognac connoisseur. He understands the method that goes into making cognac.
Right. Well, as a comedian, you get free drinks at the club. So all comedians either turn out to be connoisseurs like myself, right, or straight up and down alcoholics like 60% of Hollywood.
Well, thanks for stopping by the club. I understand that you're very, very busy, and for you to take time out of your busy schedule and stop in today, we really, really appreciate it here at Club Shay Shay. So thanks for stopping by, Katt.
And I needed you to know why I came by.
Yeah, I need you to tell us why.
People know I don't go everywhere. I'm not interested in talking to people unless it's like a Larry King or somebody of an amazing ilk that I would actually want to go talk to in real life.
Okay.
I don't do it so I can sell product, and I got things to sell, so let me come talk. You have a great product here, and as a fan base, We love the attention that you spend on the guests. We love how much work you've done, how well you know them, how prepared you are. The same things that we liked about you in football. You brought that on over to here, and that's why it resonates. And the reason I had to come is because you made a safe place for the truth to be told. You know what I mean? And I have watched all of these lowbrow comedians come here and disrespect you in your face and tell you straight up lies. I'm talking about things that have never been heard in all of Black Hollywood. They feel comfortable sitting here lying to you about it.
You gonna set the record straight?
Are you kidding me?
Uh-oh. Did this nigga just change his background? Didn't it say something different when he first came up here? What are you doing, man? What are you doing?
Let Ricky Smiley sit here and you said out that mouth, you stole Friday after next, the one I was in. I wish.
Oh, he said, wait a minute. The crackhead stole the scene and I was Money Mike? Oh, hell no. Oh, shit.
Oh, are you kidding me? You let Ricky Smiley sit here and you said out that mouth, you stole Friday after next, the one I was in. I wish all of America fumbled a bit when that happened. And then he said some stuff that we haven't heard in 100 years in Hollywood. You ain't say nothing. This man told you he had Katt Williams' role. He was gonna be Money Mike, and Katt Williams was gonna be the Santa Claus. Now let's 3 quick points. You mean in Hollywood they cast a 5'5" black Santa Claus that weigh 145 pounds? That's your story. Your story is the Ricky Smiley that couldn't even do curse words because he had a Christian fan base. He was gonna play the pimp. Why you didn't ask him why has he played a woman in more movies than he's played a man?
Well, I didn't know
he shouldn't be able. You wouldn't let an athlete that been on steroids talk about one of the greats. Ricky Smiley can't act because Ricky Smiley can't act. He told you the story about when the movie came out. Where did he say he watched it? At home. He wasn't even at the premiere. You telling this man you stole that. Oh, so he could get his name in the same sentence with a great one. It is sad. He was just that bitter when we were shooting it. He told everybody, it should have been my role. Everybody on the scene. Why do you think no cast member has ever said anything?
He couldn't have played that role like you. I thought he
Sir,
was.
No one. Why no? He was with KD. He beat up Terry Crews. Why nobody know this story? You talking about in Hollywood, they switched off roles. You take this and he, what? Ricky Smiley knows this. And I don't know why he would lose a child and come on the air and start lying. That's why people believe in rituals right there. It's because, well, why would he lie? I don't know why liars lie. But I can tell you this. We auditioned in Los Angeles.
Yes.
I was audition number 201. 200 black comedians auditioned for the role of Money Mike with me. You're saying all 201 of us was auditioning and you had already had the role and had already shot the role in 4 days? The truth of the matter is the Money Mike in the original script got raped in the bathroom, and that's what Ricky Smiley was okay with. Katt Williams had to take the risk in front of the studios and the cast and our powers that be in his very first movie and say respectfully, humbly, guys, if we talk about anything else, I have no credibility and I have no pull. But we're talking about comedy, right, where I have all the credibility and all the pull. The problem with Friday After Next is we're trying to make a classic comedy. And this comedy involves a rape. And rape is never funny, no matter who it happens to or what the circumstances are. If you would allow me to allow us to do this movie without a black man getting raped in it, I promise you that it will be twice as funny as it would be with him getting raped. So considering that's the real story, why would you bring up that story? 35 members of the cast and crew have never brought up that Ricky Smiley was going to play Money Mike. No one ever saw me put on a Santa Claus suit. We got a wardrobe department. They made a Santa Claus suit for me. Why that wasn't in the bloopers? Why? And here's the other thing. Everything that Money Mike said, Katt Williams wrote. So what Ricky Smiley say on his? You can't say my lines, I wrote them. That's how I already know that I'm going to be funnier than you. What he told everybody was Katt Williams, and don't nobody know who he is. I'm on the radio. I'm with Steven Said. Everybody know me. That's what he told everybody that would listen to on the set. That's the truth of the matter. He was so egregious, not now. Then he was so egregious that, and Hollywood has never heard this in 100 years. He was so egregious, I put in my contract that I won't work with Ricky Smiley again unless he's in a dress. Now, what was Ricky Smiley's next movie? Was it First Sunday? Did he wear a dress in it? You bet he did. It's in my contract.
Wow. He sure was. He sure was at First Sunday. Mike was the choir director.
Why would you put that in your contract, Katt?
That's where he's the unbelievable actor. Him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women. And I believe that the best actor should be in the best role.
Oh, he wanted.
So that's why, because when we released that clip and he said that, you responded because he said he was supposed to play Money Mike and you were supposed to play Santa Claus.
An outright lie.
So,
that he knows is a lie.
So why would he say it?
Because he's a liar. Nobody knows why liars lie. And that's why I had to come on the...
Shout out to Katt Williams. That's what we be saying about him here. Folks like, why would she lie? Because she's a fucking liar. That's what she does. Joy, I actually just looked at the kind of notifications you actually sent. Yeah, you said we was in a business relationship. Gotcha. But you ain't say we was engaged. You said we was in a domestic relationship. Why you ain't say I was your fiance? You told YouTube we was in a domestic thing and I was trying to weaponize and I don't know shit. Whatever. But yeah, I noticed you ain't called me Jeff. I noticed it. Why we wasn't engaged? Domestic partnership. Nigga, you used Philly Field playback, didn't you? But I ain't got nothing for you else in 2024. I had just looked good. You know, I'm trying to help Nanya get her cheddar back. Nanya, what the fuck? Like, why? I be live every day. You should have been told me this shit ain't go through. Nigga, I got the template for everybody that beat everybody. When people struck me, I got the shit that I've sent in, and then when I've been struck and things of that nature. Like I got Joys and all of them's counters. People I've struck, I got their counters. So you should have been saying something. Just let me know. I sent you another one. I sent you the one Joyce sent me. You like really YouTube don't even look at that shit. To just be honest, you can take my name out. You know, because just you can take my name, or you can just forward this shit before. Because I actually did this shit one time with Philly Field name still in there, motherfucker. And yeah, it just went through. They ain't looking. They don't care. It's an AI. But yeah, I got you, man. I got you. Like I got a file of them judges. We got you. I just wish you hadn't, because shit, I know it's been at least 3-4 days since you done disappeared. Should have said something every time I'm live, nigga. You got to say something, nigga. We can beat this shit. We can beat it. Come on, we the creators, we the originators. Remember, Dingaling Nose was mad that I countered her strike. She was mad that I beat all of her strikes. That's where she got it from to give to everybody I've struck. That's how you know, I can't even think of her name. Unwanted Person was able to do a class on this shit because of me, because I beat this shit. Yeah, we got it.
program. Cedric did the same thing. Cedric told you when you asked him, did you steal Cat Williams' joke? Yeah. He said, it don't line up. How it don't line up that I did it on TV in 2018? You came to see me at the Comedy Store do it in 2019 and then did it on the Kings of Comedy. Like, what doesn't line up? This is a
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We all know the Kings of Comedy wasn't in 2018 or 2019, but he said, you saw me do this joke in 2019 and did it on the Kings of Comedy. The Kings of Comedy was like 1999.
2000. I think he meant the King, not the actual original Kings of Comedy, but the like a half-ass tour. It's probably like Cedric and DL.
The joke is driving the space shuttle to the moon, which was done on the original Kings of Comedy in 99, 98, 99, 2000. I know we was watching the shit out of it in the military.
He probably means 98 then. I don't know.
He said 2018, 2019. He sounds very, very confident in it.
Did it on TV in 2018. You came to that he knows is a lie.
So why would he say it?
Because he's a liar. Nobody knows why liars lie. And that's why I had to come on the program. Cedric did the same thing. Cedric told you when you asked him, did you steal Cat Williams' joke? Yeah. He said, it don't line up. How it don't line up that I did it on TV in 2018?
He said he did it on TV. Katt said I did it on TV in 2018. Tour.
Man, that boy high.
In 99, 2000. Now he could be having it confused with something. That was said it though. That's what we Gabe wasn't up here when it happened. Remember we played it where Sad was like, that joke has like 30 years of history with me. He was like, I did it on Kings of Comedy in 99. He said I was doing it like 6 or 7 years before that. So how could I steal it if I did it in, we'll just say 99? And he's talking about he did it in 2018. He said he may believe it's true, but like the record speaks for itself. And if he can pull footage from any time before 99 of him saying it, he'd be like, I don't even know if Katt was doing comedy in 90, he said 6 years from 99 and 93, 92, 93, 94. He's like, I don't even know if Katt was doing comedy. It's interesting though, but that's been a thing going around the internet lately. Vlad been having people on talking about all the comedians talking about joke stealing. Carlos Mencia was on there. That's what kicked it off. Now everybody talking about you stole my joke. You owe me it.
Came to see me at the Comedy Store do it in 2019 and then did it on the Kings of Comedy. Like, what doesn't line up? This is a televised joke that Mark Curry helped me punch up and get to the level that it was. The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had. Now Steve got a sitcom where he the principal and he.
You know what? Katt is on to something. I never noticed the parallels between Hanging with Mr. Cooper and Steve Harvey. Mr. Cooper was the basketball coach thing there, the other. And Steve was the music teacher in a high school, just like Mr. Cooper. Wow. But they had one of the Gooden brothers on Mr. Cooper.
I think Mr. Cooper was
Don from En Vogue and Holly Robinson.
And then I said Mr. Cooper was set in Oakland, I think, and then Steve Harvey's was
in Chicago. Yeah, I think that's where Steve is from. No, he's from Ohio. So why would he be in Chicago? But yeah, he's from Ohio. About to make him a Chicagoan.
He wear a suit and then he gets this high top fade, making all black men think he got the best lineup in the business. And it's a man unit. Then you ask him, why you not a movie star? I didn't want to be a movie star. This the same Negro that hated on Bernie with this same thing. I didn't want to be a movie star. No, you couldn't be a movie star. There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year. Not one of them asks for a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good over KB and look like Mr. Potato Head. There ain't none. You would have to have a range. I played a lot of characters, 60 movie roles. I'm not playing Katt Williams in there.
I don't know, Katt. We might not let you drink anymore. The way I mean, we ain't even got.
I'm not fueled by alcohol. I've had a sip, less than you. The truth don't need motivation. I'm just saying I can't let these dudes lie. Cedric's sitting here telling you why he ain't a movie star. He over here look like a walrus. You didn't say nothing. He can't even get his arms off his stomach sitting over here. Why I'm not a movie star. What?
It's a situation.
He never wrote anything. Remember, when Cedric the Entertainer starts, he's supposed to be singing, dancing, and telling jokes. That's why he's called the Entertainer.
Right.
We found out he can't sing, can't dance, and doesn't write jokes. He did 4 comedy specials. They're so bad, Shannon, they're not available on Netflix or Tubi. Can I say that again for the audience? They're so bad that they're not available on Netflix or Tubi.
You don't think Sam's a good comedian?
The world doesn't think that, sir. I have 12 comedy specials. He has 4 specials that are not available.
I think
Katt
he's
is
right
on
on that.
one. Katt is on one. It's 12 minutes in. He's been going non-stop. Now, Shannon talking about them, they just took one shot, and I don't think he drank the whole shot. That's why he said, I'm just a sip in. I drank way less than you. Oh, he coming in hot. I see why everybody is mad. He talked about Steve. He talked about Cedric the Entertainer. Is that all he's gotten so far in the first 12 minutes?
Oh, the other radio host, Smiley.
Ricky Smiley, that boy got a hit list. He's going down the list.
Oh no, don't worry. Later he's gonna see Chris Tucker. This other shit. Go on.
I didn't listen to it. I just was amazed that it was 88,000 people watching. I was like, shit. I know Shannon Sharpe is around that damn movie. He doing a 2-step. And this was pre-recorded. So I know he was doing the 2-step while this was going on.
On Netflix or Tubi.
It seems to me, Katt, that you had a lot to get off your chest.
No.
You wanted to say the record straight.
Winners are not allowed to allow losers to rewrite history. I don't say any of these things if my name is not breached by these people on your platform. If you give a liar a platform to lie, then I'm not being messy by saying, hold on, that never happened.
That's what we be doing over here in the Stank Gang and the True Sippers Club. We just be minding our business, and when a bitch say our name, we be like, oh, whoa. That is not how the timeline went. We don't care about your fictitious timeline. That shit's still up. And it is not below us to pull up the footage up and just go through it one time. We will do it.
It's untrue, and there are hundreds of witnesses for each thing I'm saying.
So let me ask you this. What is your relationship with Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley, and Cedric the Entertainer as you sit here currently?
For 30 years, they're a group. These aren't 3 random guys. The way
he ain't say nothing about DL. He must be cool with DL Hughley. Okay, can you give us a spoiler?
Well, later on he's gonna say, we miss Friday Chris Tucker, not this Jeffrey Epstein Chris Tucker. I don't know what that means.
I need the Mexipino point of view on this.
Hold on, Gabe. Don't tell me Chris Tucker's name is on that list. Because the
What's
list
on the
just
list?
dropped.
Bill Clinton name on the list?
Obama too. Man, this is
But
getting
some
good.
of it is but here's the thing, the list is tricky. Like they're putting out people who had lunch with him on the plane and shit. What does that mean? Just because you on the
Man,
plane with him and you ate lunch don't mean anything illegal or immoral happened while you were with him.
What you call Bill Clinton went 26 times. 5 of those times he left the Secret Service.
That
Something
don't
ain't-
mean they was doing nothing illegal.
He was the president. He left his Secret Service. Something is wrong. Yeah.
And he may have been
That's-
selling inside the secrets and stuff. Well, y'all do say the Clintons behind all the bodies, baby. He could have been planning it. What the hell? They ain't got nothing to do with the kids.
That's why we listen to Bangino, man. I mean, he'll give us.
I don't know who that is. Mexipino, can you explain why Stank and her husband got 2 different last names if they married as of 2021? Is there like a possible reason for that?
She kept her name, possibly. I don't know why, but
because they can't have no court document, but they can't have a court document and her name be different. No, they got to be able to file taxes together, pay taxes, file all of this shit. It can't be simple like that. They won.
Did they jump the broom in the backyard?
I don't know what happened to you. I just know, well, it makes sense why she was like, nigga, I ain't taking you. They probably common law marriage. She realized that nigga with $80,000 in back child support. Was like, no, nigga, I ain't gonna never get a refund check. No. I love you. We gonna get married. We just ain't gonna go to the courthouse and get the certificate. We ain't gonna do that, but we'll have a ceremony and stuff. That's what we gonna do. But you owe 80,000. I can't. No, I could. This 80,000 is 2014. Maybe that's what it was. True, but not true. Flexi. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe the GoFund was for the last 10,000. I just say because it has been 10 years. It's 2024. The judgment got entered in 2014. He probably paid. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say he paid 10,000 every year, and this was gonna be the last year of payments. They just needed 10,000 more, so Stank made the GoFund for the last 10,000 so that they could be free and clear. I like to come up with narratives in my timeline. Even though I don't, the timeline, this ain't the timeline, but this is the timeline. I'm going with that narrative. Maybe this was the last installment, because she did ask for $10,000, so it's plausible, y'all. But no, it's not, because that was 10 years ago. 10,000 a year would be 100,000, so that would be up 20. I don't know. We back to she did it for head foreclosure. Take that theory off, because that would be 20,000 up if she got 10. If he had paid 10,000, or it could be a scam, like she said. I don't know why they like to just they cool with being scammers. So head, you running around with scammers. That's your thing now. You cool being 57, 58. Running around with scammers. All right, then. That's fine.
People that steal from the Special Olympics. God damn.
You was the same age as her husband. Stank, maybe that's why she was calling the landline. She got one of them voices. You better stop. Let the hell my head talk to your nigga. She got that voice. You better stop it.
That Ricky Smiley kept appearing at all of my auditions is because of Steven said he would tell anybody that, listen, they got a gang on that side. They know what it is. They know who the gang is. Why Earthquake not in movies? Because he's illiterate. He can't read. And they found that out when they gave him a show and put the cards in front of him. Like, all of these dudes are co-entwined and they share secrets. And this is the age of truth. And the truth doesn't need to be scared of the fact that people tell lies. Katt's on drugs. Where are the stories? Why is there no story of anybody who ever sold a drug to me, did a drug with me, was around me when I was inebriated? I got 5 daughters. I got 5 sons. Why would we tell these ridiculous stories? Because it's competition. You feel like, well, why comedy guys can't just get along?
Yes.
Why didn't you get along with the other teams you were competing against? If you're a Denver Bronco, why you don't get along with the Cowboys? Something wrong with you?
But I don't disagree. I don't dislike all the Cowboys. Katt, damn, you like different.
No, that's
okay,
not.
What comedian do you like?
Did you play against the team?
Yes.
I've taken 46 comedians with me on the road. 46.
Okay.
I'm not the comedian you can give that to. I only put on comedians that are funnier than me. Anybody that ever told you differently was a fat Faison liar. There's nobody like me in the business.
Faison just called it straight.
Faison said that getting a Netflix special is easy. I have 12 specials. Guess how many Faison got? 0.
I knew
Why is he allowed to have comedy?
I knew that one was going to come. Now, Faison Love, when he was young, he was funny. I've seen several of videos of him, especially one of the ones at the Apollo where he killed. But
He hasn't done comedy. He hasn't done stand-up in years.
Since he started doing movies, you don't think of him as a comedian. You don't know him as being a comedian. But he kicking shit on Katt Williams on the Big Worm on blogs and shit saying it's easy to get a Netflix special. But get one in. You say you were once a comedian. You everybody can use a check. You still funny. Do it. Because he'll still play in the movie.
He still plays the same characters.
Conversations about real stand-up people. We do not let people who are on the juice discuss real athletes. That's all. As a journalist, that's all. That's all I'm saying. I don't harbor any resentment to any of these entities because I can't be jealous. I've never seen them have anything that I ever wanted. If you sign up for their program, you get a light-skinned, weird-faced wife that never do an interview.
Oh, man,
listen, in 20 years, won't do an interview. Nobody's ever talked to her, and that she's never been interviewed anywhere. And now, understand, I'm not talking about one person. What I just told you applies to 7 people. How they all end up with that. That's part of what you get. I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TGJ, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I didn't have nothing on one of these.
Amen. Amen.
Gee.
Oh.
I kind of didn't want to.
Take it
right.
Shit.
After that, I don't really kind of know where to go. Let me one more time.
Right.
We good now?
Because the people want to know why did he get blackballed?
Yeah,
because in 30 years I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing,
you would tell it.
No, somebody come to tell me.
Okay.
I gather that. I value that. I'll pay for that. Come, tell me. I know so many things I should know, and they all know it. They all know it. Why? Because you don't make me the villain. Not the guy that raises black children and ain't never done a hard drug in his life and don't have no stories of doing nobody dirty. And they'll just go out and they'll lie. The industry doesn't mess with Katt because he didn't show up for the studio. No studios have ever said that. Look at my IMDb. It will show you that no studio has ever lost money with me on the script. How? That's why I'm saying, that's why I can't let Ricky Smiley say he was supposed to play Money Mike, because I wrote the words for Money Mike. I designed the hair for Money Mike. I collaborated with the wardrobe department and made outfits to make sure that no one in America would be wearing what Money Mike was wearing. I told them to go get the Prowler. I then told them to paint it purple. I told them don't have an actor at playing a pimp. We could get an actual pimp, Archbishop Magic Don Juan, to play. Like, I did far too much work for somebody to come years later and try to tag along just for their own self-aggrandizement.
Why didn't Cube set the record straight? Terry Crews could have set the record straight. Mike Epps could have set the record straight. Why none of them set the record straight?
That's what you were supposed to ask him when
They fight.
he told you those lies that
But
no
I didn't
one's
know it
ever
was a
heard.
lie.
Right, but he's telling you something no one's ever heard of. Nobody has ever heard, oh, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon was in a movie, and somebody said, y'all should switch roles. And, like, this is a business.
But that's the thing, Katt. Normally when people will give you information, I'm thinking I'm hearing it for the first time, and they're giving information no one else knows or have ever heard. So I'm taking it at face value.
These are like, this is like Steve Harvey telling people he used to be homeless. That's my story. That's not his story. Steve Harvey was never homeless. When Mark Curry was touring with him 25 years ago, he was making $3,000 a show in cash and doing 5 shows a week. They just tell the stories. Thanks to my wife, I'm where I am. You said that about the first wife. You forget that? You told us it was her. Then you went and married somebody else that think like a man. Like, what are you talking about? They think they can rewrite history. That Guy Torrey did a beautiful special about the Comedy Store and Fat Tuesday, where he said that Steve and Cedric and Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish came through there and made all lies. Steve and Cedric never performed at the Comedy Store at all. Tiffany was only seen at the Laugh Factory. In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words. He just did his documentary with Chris Rock where he shows you that his whole upbringing in comedy was on the East Coast.
Yeah, it was.
So how simultaneously was he here in Los Angeles doing the same thing? It didn't happen. It didn't happen. And I hate to seem like a petty individual for picking apart lies, but Jussie Smollett gonna keep lying until you say we don't believe you. Like, it's important in the checks and balances of the universe that liars not get to make complete narratives for themselves.
Are you not afraid about being blackballed again? These are some power people.
What do you mean again? These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. That's why, you know what the number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is? What? Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job. Why do you think Gary Owen can't cross over and he already white and been in comedy for 25 years? If what I say ain't the case. It's a cabal. It's a consortium. They rock with who they rock with and they don't with who they don't. But I'm not scared of being the competition any more than you were when you lined up across from a superior team. Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
Right.
They have all the assets and resources that we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't.
Wow.
Because Shannon Sharpe got to be a different person than that other person.
Absolutely.
And he always was. That doesn't change when I change teams. That remains the same. That's how a legacy is built. So all of these shortcut takers, I They canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my penis in front of all my people at my agency. What am I supposed to do? He did all of that. I'm thinking,
yikes. He talked about it. Dang, he said, nigga, I'm finna earn your ass out. He ain't try to sue for sexual harassment. You know, no, nigga, I'm finna tell you about it. Let me skip that back. I see why this jam went viral. People was mad at Katt today.
absolutely. And he always was. That doesn't change when I change teams. That remains the same. That's how a legacy is built. So all of these shortcut takers, they canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my penis in front of all my people at my agency. What am I supposed to do? He did all of that. I'm thinking I'm the only black person on the script. I get there, there's 3 other black guys on there. Woo. Huh. So you wonder what they did? I told him no. What y'all do? And this is why when I walk in a room, heads go down. Behind my back, I'm nothing. I'm just a regular old comedian that's bitter and jealous. But in my face, no, no, no. The king has walked in and they have to respect it only because I've not taken the shortcuts. I've not been funded. They pay you to not talk about things they don't want you to talk about. They tell you that themselves. I can't do that because Steve told you that he stopped doing stand-up because he has 7 TV shows. The only problem is when he stopped stand-up, he didn't have those 7 TV shows. He stopped stand-up because he got in a comedy battle called the Championship of Stand-Up Comedy with one Katt Williams in Detroit in front of 10,000 people and lost because Katt Williams said he was actually bald and that was a wig. And I went in, and that's why he couldn't do stand-up anymore. Imagine him coming to tell you another story where he got so big and it was Bernie and them's fault because they wanted to be movie stars. What? You called Ocean 11 to get that nigga's part. What do you mean you didn't want to be a movie star?
Wait, so he tried to get Bernie part at Ocean's 11. Ooh, Katt is spilling the tea.
On the behalf of Bernie, I would have to say what I have to say.
Have you ever been on tour with any of these guys?
Every guy I mentioned to you is not funny out there in real life. So no. Faison's never done his own tour in 30 years. Steve Harvey don't do stand-up no more. Cedric doesn't write. I'm sorry, he doesn't write. Ricky Smiley has been playing the same old black woman forever. Like, you can't get a young fan base with that. Like, you gotta be doing karaoke around the country to make that work.
Right.
And he is. But I'm a stand-up comedian. This is my 19th 100-city tour. I'm not gonna have a conversation with these lazy bums that'll take a shortcut at any point. Yes, it's easier for you to juice than to get in the gym, but you don't get to bring that body in here talking crazy.
Talk about how good you look.
What? No, there's too many comics out there that are putting their life on the line to tell these jokes, man.
Okay, let's get to your upbringing. We're gonna circle back and we'll get
I want to protect it real quick because you had said for the Kings of Comedy, it was in 2018, 2019. But did you mean that?
Okay, the producer said, I want to protect him a little bit. He about to get the numbers straight. Because, you said 2018 Kings of Comedy.
1999? Because it came out in 2000. So I just want to make sure.
No, I didn't. No. So what I meant to say was, remember, he said, I couldn't do stand-up anymore. I had 7 TV shows. I said he didn't have any of those TV shows at the time.
He ain't talking about that. He talking about you saying Sid stole your joke, G. They tell
you talking about Cedric.
Joke stealer from Cedric.
Cedric.
Okay.
You had said that 2018, 2019, but it came out in 2000, so I just want to make sure.
Okay, no. What comes out in 2000?
The original Kings of Comedy.
Right. I'm on BET's Comic View, and they're using this as the commercial in 1998. Okay. That's why I'm saying, yeah. So if I said the dates wrong, yeah. So
let's go ahead and clear that up.
Okay.
You said,
yeah.
I had Cedric on here, and I asked him about the joke stealing, and he said the timeline doesn't add up.
Correct.
To that point, you say.
Right. So he thought that I was just a no-name comedian and that he could take this joke and nobody would know.
Right.
The issue was that I had already done this particular joke on BET's Comic View twice.
Right.
It had done so well on BET's Comic View that they had made it part of the commercial. So part of the commercial of make sure you tune in to BET was you seeing me doing this joke.
Right.
And this joke is one of those jokes in comedy where you set it up and it takes a little longer to set it up, takes about 3 minutes. But then you're just hitting them with jokes after that because you don't have to set it up.
Right.
Mark Curry had already helped me work on this joke because I thought it was good because I was getting a standing ovation on it. He had me go back in the lab to help me craft it to be an even more powerful joke. So this is not just a random joke. This is my very best joke, and it's my last joke, and it's my closing joke.
Okay.
1998, I'm doing this joke. It's on Comic View. Cedric comes to the Comedy Store. He watches me in the audience. He comes backstage. He tells me what a great job I did and how much he loves the joke. 2 years later, he's doing that as his last joke on the Kings of Comedy. And he's doing it verbatim.
We have clarity. It wasn't 2018, 2019. It's 1998.
Yep.
It just changed my car into a spaceship. Him and Steve had already apologized for me, so I gave him a pass for a decade. Why would you sit here and be like, I saw Katt 30 times and Katt didn't do as I stand before you, Shannon. I would have bust Cedric's stomach. There was nothing that would have kept me from one of these in that patch right there. Like, are you kidding me? Why would you downplay me like that? Why did I give you a pass if you were just gonna lie? And so that's what I'm saying. Like, they're all a group. Cedric, Steve, Ricky, they've been a group. Everybody knows that. They've been aligned. And there are these alliances in comedy. And if you stand against them, then they sometimes have a problem. But we don't let that change the content because that's all you know me for, is that I'm quite likely to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Can you believe we're this deep into the NFL? Shannon. What was your upbringing? How was it? How was life as Katt Williams Crunk coming up?
I was often confused because I knew things and I wasn't sure how I knew them. I knew things that I felt like I don't have a reason that I know this, but I love to read. I was voracious because they told me when I was young that knowledge was powerful. That knowledge was power, and I had studied powerful people, and I really believed that. I immediately, my next project was to read the whole encyclopedia set. So when you're like 6, 7 years old, you read the whole encyclopedia set. You think you're one of the smartest people in the world,
right,
only to get out in the world and find out you don't know anything. You know, so it was a confusing time. But yeah, I had a childhood. I was grown, but I at 5 years old, I was in front of 10,000 people giving a performance with a full suit and tie on. You know what I mean? So it came full circle for my life. I knew that the applause and the giving of information and laughs and truth to people somehow benefited them and also benefited you. And yeah, so when they would ask me what I wanted to be, everything that I would say that I wanted to be was something that didn't exist. And they would never give me credit for it because I needed to say, a doctor or a lawyer, but that's not what I wanted to be.
So your parents weren't as supportive as you would have hoped because you were wanting to be things when you got older that they had no knowledge of, or it didn't exist at the time?
No, it wasn't that. It was, I'm saying I'm almost 100 years old right now, but if we go outside right now, I can run a 4.340 or sub. I can do a 4.16 if I'm.
Oh, that's Jimmy John's across the street. We can order a sub.
But
oh, you've been on the submarine. That what you saw?
So back then it was even greater. So you got this guy that all the coaches want to play.
Man, Katt, don't do that.
Hold on, because I'm 5'5" in the 5th grade. I've been this high my whole life. Like there was a portion of school where I was one of the big dudes. Like as soon as everybody caught their growth spurt, I was out of there. But I'm saying I was a competitive individual. My father was an athlete.
I can see that.
Like, no, I've been 145 pounds my whole career. That's why I never bothered when they said, "Your Katt's on drugs." I knew, how you gonna prove that? My body is a temple.
I've been the same size since I was 10.
Like, what do you? Yeah, like I haven't changed off this pivot foot. This has always been who I was before stand up or anything. But it was an interesting childhood. I appreciate my parents, even though I couldn't live within the religious frameworks of what they had set up. But that was more not wanting to live a double life and not want to embarrass my family. You know what I mean?
Because I read where a form of punishment for you is that they would take books because you mentioned you were such a voracious reader. And a form of punishment was when they would take the books for them because you could read fluently. You told me how at like 3 or 4 years old, you could read, not just a little child's book, but you could read.
Well, I'm saying when we go to Haiti to do missionary work, understand that my mother and my father, nobody that's there with us speaks French. And I mean, it speaks Creole and reads French. So I'm in charge of everything from the housing to the cars to the gardener. Like I'm saying, so I'm not just reading, I'm reading in multiple languages. Like I'm probably reading 3,000 books a year from the time that I'm 8 years old to the time that I'm 12.
Like Charleston White.
No fiction books at all. I'm only reading nonfiction.
You could drive at 12, you received a full scholarship to the National Science Academy in Dayton, Ohio. But you failed, so you could become ineligible. Why did you want to take that opportunity?
I didn't see it as an opportunity. When I got in there, all the students were wearing lab coats and it seemed very confined and restricted and nobody seemed like they were having fun. It just seemed like everybody was smart. I didn't want that. That wasn't what I was signing up for at all. And plus, I thought that Jesus was my big homie. So you know how you get a story about a dude joined the gang and you get a big homie, right? Like at this particular point in my life, my thought is that the Bible is the greatest book that's ever been written.
Okay.
That it houses the truth and that it gives you this story of Jesus and that I'm supposed to be like him.
Okay.
So it's already in my head that as soon as I get 13, I'm leaving.
You at 13, you not only like, okay, mom, I'm moving out. You moved from Ohio to Florida on your own. You weren't afraid. I mean, you like, did you? Did you not have? So what were you going to do when you got to Florida?
Don't say I wasn't afraid. There's no such thing as a human being of not being afraid.
Okay.
There are certain human beings that understand that being afraid in no way stops you from doing what you got to do.
Okay.
So I was afraid, but I couldn't be that afraid because I knew what had happened with Jesus. I knew how it worked out. I knew that I wasn't in the wrong with how I was feeling, and I knew that I didn't have any bad intentions in it.
Right.
So I trusted God that it would work out.
Why Florida?
Because if you're raised in Ohio, the one thing on your list is I'm gonna get away from snow and I'm gonna get as far I want to go. Tell me the place. I literally went to a truck stop and I asked all the truck drivers where they was going. And it was one guy going to California and it was one guy going to Florida. And they told me how long it was going to take. And so that's why I ended up in Miami. Because
how'd you get there? You caught a bus?
No, I just told you. I was at the truck stop. I didn't hitchhike. I got in the back of the dude's 18-wheeler, me and my Rottweiler puppy and my suitcase. Yeah, because I probably had.
Well, he writes a great script. I'll tell you that. This almost sounds believable. What do you think, Gabe?
I think this is a lot of shit going on, man.
It sounds believable, though.
It does. It does. There's a hint of
California, though. Well, he's 13 in this story. He's 13. He left to. He left at 13. No money. No. Well, he was smart, but that was about it. He was just smart, but no money.
Well, that seems to be the start of every origin story for these guys. 13, just walking out,
reading books.
Reading books, exactly.
They read almanacs and encyclopedias and things, and then they turn to this life of crime. Gang leaders and such.
Yep, that's how it happens. I don't understand where that happens. I don't understand where it goes bad, but you'd think reading books, you'd be all right. Even books have a dark side.
$2,500 on me, like
I guess it's the rap music. They can read in a book where these things are punished when they happen, but the rap music is the beat. G, it's the beat.
It doesn't happen with rock music. I don't understand why. Weird.
Like I was shoveling snow and cutting grass. Like I always had pockets full of money.
When did you make the decision that you were going to leave Ohio and go somewhere?
My bad. He always had pockets full of money. He was shoveling snow and cutting grass. So he left home with a bankroll.
It ended up being Florida. So, but when did you know that you were leaving Dayton, Ohio, going to Florida?
And my father and I's last interaction, somebody could have not made it. And we both understood that was all bad.
What was the disagreement about?
I thought you ended up in Florida because you said you was following the path to Jesus. Now it's because you and your dad got into it and one of y'all could have died.
Just like Charleston White.
Charleston,
he wasn't the baby no more.
Charleston White written all over it.
Man.
If you say that my family is very religious, just say I'm not. So anything that I'm going to do is going to fall out of the guidelines.
Right.
But I'm not going to let you tell me what I'm going to be, especially if what you're saying is wrong. I can't condone wrong. And if I find out that something is wrong and I tell you it's wrong and you don't back me, that's what it is.
Even as a young child, you were willing to tell your parents that some of the things that you're saying doesn't coincide with what I've been reading in the Bible.
No, very simply. Don't try to disfellowship me for sexual acts and I'm a virgin. Sorry, God don't make mistakes. You don't get 2 times to fuck me over. What do you mean you went to God and he told you I was guilty? You just lied on God. So long. That's it. There's no conversation. Deuces. That's what it was.
That's when you made the decision. After that conversation right there, you say, "No, I can't live under this rule."
It wasn't a conversation. It was an altar.
I can definitely feel him on that one. When somebody tells you that God told them you did something, you know it's a damn lie. What do you do with it? What do you do with it? Because at some point you're gonna be like, God, why you gonna let these folk lie on you like that? So they just get to lie on you with it, and they have no consequence for lying on you like that. They just get to keep on living for the next 90 years, and you'll deal with them in the afterlife. Don't work for me.
In the altercation, I love my father loved me, but we are two men at it. That it'll never be the same again. You can't sleep comfortably around me, and I can't sleep comfortably around you.
How similar are you to your father?
I don't know. He's a great man. I'm saying
because like y'all butted heads.
Right, but I'm saying that generally happens with a father-son dynamic. It was just that religious relationships are always difficult in families. And they always are.
Before it got to the point, because the dynamic, he's father, you're son. Before that dynamic and you step up on his level and you challenge him, you felt it was best for you to leave.
No. I'm not being challenged. I'm being beat to death.
Oh, he was abusive.
I didn't say that. I said we were in an altercation.
I see what you did there. I saw what you did there, Katt. Yeah. I saw what you did. You was in an altercation. You didn't say you lost. You said you was in an altercation.
You said we didn't beat you there.
I in no way gave you the impression that I won anything. I'm the one leaving. I'm out of bounds. This is his house.
Right.
Yeah. So as long as I'm going to be under his roof, there are certain things that I'm going to have to do.
Right.
And the only way that's going to change is either this or that. And I'm saying I had two younger brothers. Like I'm not an unreasonable person. Like I don't have any mental issues whatsoever, despite what they lead people to believe. You know, I make pretty good decisions.
Were you not? So how was their relationship with your father? Were you not afraid to leave them?
Well, I asked because it went all the way to the actual department, so it was actually going to be something. And when I asked them if they could just make sure that my brothers didn't get separated and what have you, they said they couldn't make those type of guarantees, that they weren't really sure what would happen if this went down. And so part of leaving was the hope that it would be okay for them, because none of them experienced what I experienced. I'm saying I'm the oldest. It's a lot riding on me. I'm supposed to at least religiously hold down the family's name at this household.
Right.
You know what I mean?
How much older are you than the baby and the knee baby?
Like a lot older. Like I think 13. Yeah, they're 5. And in Pampers.
Wow. Right. You go to Florida, you tell the story. I've heard you were homeless. And somebody else told the story, said they were homeless, and you said they hijacked your story. Now I don't.
At 13, I shouldn't have to tell you I'm homeless. I'm in Miami, Florida. I have no family members in Florida. I couldn't buy a house if I wanted to. I couldn't get an apartment if I wanted to. I don't have a credit history. Like, this is not a stretch for me to say that I'm homeless. I'm living in a park in Coconut Grove. The park still exists to this day. For 8 hours a day, I would get up and go to the library and study for 8 hours a day to increase my education. And then I would leave out of there and go to the marina and steal car radios and make $2,000 almost daily. Like I had a routine.
So you really could have played that old thief in Santa Claus. You could have played it.
No, the Santa Claus wasn't a thief. The Santa Claus, you can't tell me.
The producer is in the background cracking up and Shannon asking, so you could have played it. $2,000 a day, Katt. $14,000 a week. Yeah.
Read the script. Ricky Smiley told you he didn't read the script. The Santa Claus was a crackhead. He just had that outfit on. That's what I couldn't have played.
Okay.
Like I couldn't have played a black guy that got raped in the bathroom.
Right. So at any point in time, did you like, man, I made a mistake, man. I should have stayed my butt in Ohio, man, because this is, man, this ain't what I signed up for.
I didn't experience anything once I left home that I hadn't signed up for. If anything, it saved my life. Me being homeless for that small period of time allowed me to see all of the people that were in that situation and to see that these were lawyers and doctors and teachers, and that these people were white and black and Asian and Indian. And the only thing that all of these homeless people had in common was they made a bad decision and aligned themselves with drugs. And I interviewed them all. What drug? What? And guess what, Shannon? Nobody had a great story. Nobody had a great story of what meth had done for them, what crack had done for them, what cocaine had done for them, what heroin had done for them, what speed had done for them. Nobody had them stories. Everybody's story was, I had my life together. And then I decided to do this dumb thing. And I lost my wife. I lost my house. I lost my cars. I lost my reputation. And now I'm out here sucking penis in the woods. What? Talk about scared straight. You ain't got to worry about me. If that ain't weed or nicotine, you won't see me touching it. I don't want no parts.
So Charleston White, he was out here interviewing all these grown homeless people at the tender age of 13 with $2,000 in your pocket a day. So like on one Monday, you had $16,000 in your pocket, and you talking to some grown drug addicts, asking them what happened with $16,000 in your pocket. You're 13, you can't get a bank account. It's just like you said, you couldn't get a house and all of that, you couldn't get no bank account. So you just walking around with all this cash.
Smart.
Interviewing drug addicts who definitely are bigger and stronger than you because you're 13 and they grown and they was lawyers and shit of that nature. All right, then, it's fine.
Seeing what these things can do to people. Anything that take over your free will is the devil itself.
Have you ever thought about what your life would have been had you stayed in Dayton, Ohio?
No, that's like asking somebody that's in the NBA for 14 years, like, what would have happened if you didn't come to the NBA? Oh, I shudder to think. I thought it was what I was made for. I thought it was what I was built for. Anybody that knows me will tell you that when they first met Katt Williams, when I was Cat in the Hat, and they tell these stories about how he changed his name. Look, the truth of the matter is Disney sued me. Yeah, I was Cat in the Hat. They sent me a cease and desist letter, and I'm not even making $25,000 a year. And the mega company Disney has sent me a cease and desist telling me I can't use any variations of that name. Fine, I'm Katt Williams. That's all that happens. I have been this same product the entire time. They will tell you when they first saw me doing stand-up, I was just like this. This is what I bring. This is my style.
When did you know you wanted? Were you always funny? Did you always want to be a comedian? How did you stumble on a comedianship?
No, I loved what they did, and so I studied them, all of them. I studied all of the white comedians because I wanted to know, why is Monty Python funny? Why is Don not so talented? I wanted to know why. What is George Carlin's thing? Like, so I studied all of the comedy masters regardless of the field because I loved to laugh. I didn't know that these people were making a great living at doing this. I thought this is just what they did. They tell jokes. They're funny people, but I love the craft. And that's why when I got into the craft, I thought it was my obligation to make sure that I kept writing new material so much that it forced these comedians to stop doing the set they've been doing for 10 years and keep writing some new stuff. And I knew that if I could get that to take on, that most of these bums would have to just quit comedy because they can't keep up. They're not going to keep writing an hour worth of material.
Right.
I've written an hour worth of material 19 times. They're not going to do it. Why? Because they're not creative writers. They want to get somebody else and have them write it and put it together.
So if I'm listening to you correct me if I'm wrong. I think the best thing that ever happened was the internet. Because now they have to. Because normally, like you said, you could do a set and you do that set in Kansas City, people ain't heard it in San Francisco. People ain't heard it in Miami. They ain't heard it in Detroit, Chicago, Atlanta, so forth and so on. Now you do a set, it's on the internet. Somebody heard it. So you can't do a set and make it last 3 months, 4 months.
Well, it doesn't allow the regular comic the ability to grow is the real problem. Like, the part of comedy is me taking these jokes in January, and by March, I've begun to craft this joke. Okay. It's not as simple as it was. When I wrote it, it was just da-da-da-da-da. But now it has the complexities of the fact that I'm having to deliver this to an East Coast audience, a down South audience, a Midwest audience, a Utah audience, a Colorado audience. And so it begins to take on a different complexion because you're having to deliver it to different people.
Okay.
And so this is what sharpens your joke. You then take those sharpened jokes and make a special. Not you just randomly take some. So it's a process. You don't allow them to process if the first time the guy did the joke, now that's his joke and the joke is everywhere. That just sets it up for people to steal.
So how many times must you tell a joke before you master it?
How many times have you had to sleep with a woman before you're done with her? That's not fair. If it's great, never. if it ceases to have usefulness, so it has been spoken. Right.
I read that you was raised in Florida. You had some help, some ladies of the night.
No.
That's not true.
No, that whole story doesn't take place in Florida. That story takes place in Oklahoma City.
Okay.
So after I'm in Florida, I then join, I tried to join the Marine Corps and they won't accept me because I'm too young and I've lied and told them I'm 16 and my family's moving down and I don't have my ID, but it's coming. And so they let me go to the boot camp, That's not gonna work now. Okay, so I've learned that lesson. So then I get this job selling stuff door to door. Across the country. And so I've been to all 50 states. Again, I'm 30.
Wait, so all your radio stealing money what happened to all the radio stealing money? Like, that seemed like, fuck Oklahoma City. I will be back making $2,000 a day stealing car radio. I think he stole that off South Central.
Yep.
14 years old. So I did that. While I'm doing that, one of the places I'm at, I'm in Oklahoma. And I've decided I'm going to stay here because of meeting these ladies that you're talking about and that situation. I don't know at the time why that's important in my life or why it's something I should be doing or any of that. But now later on, it certainly helps me in formulating Money Mike for Friday After Next.
Right.
And Pimp Named Slickback for the Boondocks.
Oklahoma, so San Francisco, Oklahoma, Sacramento. From Florida, you moved to the West Coast. So you're traveling. When did you set up shop on the West Coast? How old were you there?
So I guess I'm 18 or younger, and once I have a child, I realized that I can't. It's a lot of things that I could use to make money that now is a no-go. So anything with street aspirations that I might have thought about pursuing or been good at, I now am a single parent and I gotta redo these things. So I need comedy to really work out for me.
Right.
And me and God go into extreme conversation where I'm explaining to him that I'm a crash out dummy if he don't send me a lifeline. Like I need something I can hold on to. Before I had left Florida, I did stand up one time because we was trying to get in the club. I didn't have ID. So I said I was a comedian. They ended up having me do 5 minutes. But I kept that in my head that I had done that. When we get to Oklahoma, they're having a competition for stand-up. And if you win, you get to go out on the road with Jeff Foxworthy and Dan Whitney, who is Larry the Cable Guy, and Richard Jenny, and these great comics. You get to open for them. And once I did that, I realized, okay, as a comedian, I'm like way behind schedule. I done started this too late. All the funny guys are already funny and known names. Like, how am I going to progress? So I realized that I do better with a white audience than I do with a black audience. And I'm not sure why that's occurring, but the white audience likes me more. That's interesting. So when I moved to Sacramento, it's because Sacramento has a white and a black audience almost 50-50. That's almost the makeup of Sacramento. So I lived in Sacramento for 2 years until I get to the point where I am equally as funny if the room is black as I am if the room is white. That's not enough. Now I need to be one of the good ones when it comes to black comics. So now I have to move to Oakland, and that's what lands me in Oakland for 3 years. Once I have dominated male black comedy in Oakland to my liking, now I'm prepared to go to Los Angeles now. Now I know you can't throw me any curveballs. If it's a white audience, if it's a black audience, no matter what they are, I'm prepared to deal with all of the audiences.
Do you write jokes according to the audience that you're going to be in front of, or is your joke universal?
Well, in the beginning, part of my framework is that I'm tailoring every show to this audience.
Okay.
And that's how I was able to show my range and show that I was better than my competitors, is that I'm Katt Williams, but I was still doing clean comedy. So I was still going to churches and doing 45 minutes of stand-up at the church with no curse words, no sex, drug material, no none of that, just straight stand-up. And then I was doing everything else. And
in the regular club.
Yeah, that was the range, is that where... When in Rome, do as the Romans do. So that's how I started. But as you begin to get better, you begin to be able to speak to your entire fan base. And that's really what's been helpful, is that I've been having the same conversation with my fan base for 12 comedy specials.
Is that what set Katt Williams apart? Is your range? Is that you can do a comedy, do 45 minutes in the church. I can go to a comedy club in front of 250, or I can go into an arena with 15,000. That's range, because everybody can't do that, Katt.
Well, if that's what range is called, then yeah, it's range. But I like the people I'm talking to. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So it's not like it can't be condescending, because I'm talking to my white male friend when I'm telling that white joke.
Right.
When I'm talking about this joke about this black lady, I know that black lady. That's who I'm talking to. I'm speaking to this fan base that I've been speaking to from the beginning. I already told them what I was on when I first came in. I told them they was gonna come after me. They was gonna cancel me. They was gonna say terrible things about me and try to mess my life up. I said that coming into stand up. I'm saying it in my.
So you knew
he did with the Dipset Shane. First special. When we knew him after the Friday movies. We had on the green.
Okay, you didn't tell me a television or.
They have tried to tell us Katt crazy.
It's gonna be.
They tried.
It has to be. I know I'm going into the belly of the beast. How could I be naive? I know that I'm going into Satan's playground, but I'm trying to be so good that you got to bring me in so close that I can see who's doing what and what's going on in there.
In San Francisco, you joined the Nation.
I was never in San Francisco. I was in Oakland.
You was in Oakland. Did you join the Nation? Is that?
Yeah, Honorable Minister Farrakhan and I have
never in San Francisco,
an extremely close relationship. He refers to me as one of his sons. So yeah, I spent a particular period of time. Let me explain.
Yes.
Because my particular background was already religious and super strict, right? I didn't find out about other religions by reading about them. I went to their religion. I don't want to learn from Jewish people from outside. I want to be in the synagogue. I don't want to learn about Muslim people I want to be in the mosque. I don't want to hear about the Baptist or the Pentecostal. I want to go to their church and see. And so that was the religious discovery that I was on through that period in my life.
When did you know you were funny?
Probably about 10 years ago.
10 years ago?
Yeah, about 10 years.
So you didn't?
He argued with his daddy over religion, fought him to the death damn near. Why don't you go find religion?
So you didn't think as a child, because obviously you said the very structured background, your family was very religious. So obviously you didn't get an opportunity.
I never did a talent show. I was never in any extracurricular activities. I was never in drama. I was never in band camp. I was never a Boy Scout.
And you didn't stay in school long enough to get funny because you dropped.
You understand? You understand?
He just read encyclopedias.
So there was no, I don't tolerate high school games. I didn't go to high school. I don't know how most of the games they think I play, I'm not even aware of.
But Katt, for you to get on stage, and like I said, a lot of people, like a lot of comedians, I had a few here, they're like, okay, I told jokes to get girls, I told jokes to, get people to laugh at someone else.
Yeah.
But you, it's like, you say you did comedy one time in Florida.
Just in case y'all forgot, Stank ain't really married. Her and her husband don't have the same last name, just like she and them don't. Same last name. They're married. Never forget, they're not married. Breaking news, 2024.
Yeah.
And you had this other opportunity, like in Oklahoma, that they were going to take you out if you won the talent show. You was going to go on the road with these well-known comedians.
And I did.
But I'm just saying, how in Florida at 13, 14 years of age, you're like, 16, I can do that.
Well, because I knew that there were a lot of other things I could do. Like when I looked at drug dealers, I thought I could do that.
Yeah.
You
but that's easy.
So right. And who doesn't like that?
Right.
I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna make it. But now that I got to do it on this side, but no, you.
Trying to figure out. You said you made $2,000 a day.
Your question was, when did I think I was funny? I never was.
Maybe he made $200 a day. So we put him in a whole nother tax bracket. Unless they only last for one day.
He did say it was
my biggest fan.
It could be kind of high.
No, I'm giving him, if he did it, I'm like, but did it just last for one day? Because that's why I pointed out, after a week, he's up $14,000. How long do you do this shit?
14 and the 36 if he was damn smart. Shit.
Yeah, if he did 2 weeks, it's just simple. That's what I'm saying. He did. That's what I'm saying. That's why I pointed out. So let's just say you had made 7 days in a row, and then you went out on your 8th day, and then you started interviewing these homeless people, asking them how they end up being homeless with $16,000 in your pocket. and you 13, and they grown in hell, drug addicts will bust your head, will kill you for $16,000.
Maybe that was it. He was 13. If I was 13 with that kind of money, I'd be down doing stupid shit.
Yeah, say Negro, crackheads and drug addicts don't care about how old you are.
I mean, he could have gave them some money and got them to get him a hotel if he was too young to get a hotel.
Yep.
To this day, I'm not the biggest fan. I'm a fan of comedy. I like great comedians. Like, I like Chappelle. I like Patrice O'Neal. Like, I like the greats of comedy because I do. Like, I like Ron White. I like Bill Engvall. Like, I know comics. Like, people that did the craft, they raised me. I was touring with Steve Marmel and Richard Jenney and real journeymen. So my comedy upbringing was standard. I thought you had to work all night, every night, all around the country, and you had to write jokes, and that you were trying to write jokes that other people weren't writing, and that your job was to be funnier. Like, people that know me will tell you I've been on this. Like, I had a list of all the Black comedians that were more famous than me. There was 300 of them on the list, and I had to be able to cross them all out before I could make it to the next level, before I felt like I was funny enough to do that. And so I appreciate what competition does for sports and for my particular sport. And comedy is a sport.
What gave you the confidence that you could get on stage?
You remember I was 5 years old on stage.
Okay.
So but I was reiterating God's word at that point. Now I just have to make sure that the content is good. If the content is good, what part can I not do? I'm a vessel. He's given me these gifts to be able to do certain things. So I just want to utilize them in my craft. That's all.
Do you remember your first set?
Mm-hmm.
How long? 5-10 minutes?
No. I think 3 minutes.
3 minutes?
Yeah.
Standing ovation, boos, some applause, some jeers?
No, none of that. They applauded like I was a professional at it. But now looking back, I understand, because you got to understand, they were all thinking, he don't even look old enough to be in here. And we don't have any Black guys that live in this town.
Right.
Where did he come from? And then he gets up there, and for 3 minutes, he's talking about the fact that he is the entire Black community.
Right.
And he is as disappointed in them. It looked like they looking for where the rest of them is. And so is he. And that was his set. But I understood from that point that the truth is really the commodity, and the fact that we are all individuals and all separate and all our own islands, but not in real life. In real life, it's only 5 or 6 different types of people, and you're going to see them everywhere that you go. And all my enemies all look the same in the eyes, whether it's Faison, Wanda, Aries, Spears, they all look like.
Man, what you got against Wanda Sykes? You think I don't remember that?
Sir, Wanda Sykes and Wanda Smith are 2 separate people.
I mean, Wanda Smith.
And I had only said one name, sir.
Wanda Sykes.
I'm
is amazing. I love Wanda.
And I agree.
I love Wanda. That's my girl. But I remember.
Hey, pause. Hey, did you know Wanda Sykes is Shahrazad's sister?
Yes, I know this.
Yeah, man. Can't you tell by how they laugh? I caught it. I mean, somebody had told me, and then when I was watching one of Shahrazad's videos, that laugh, it's like, yeah, this is possible.
I don't listen to women, sir. I don't listen to women, sir.
Well, it was her famous speech. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows.
There's never been a famous woman's speech, sir. I don't listen to them. Put that woman's famous speech up against any man's, it'll lose every time. I'm just saying.
Yeah!
True. Man, you trying to get me in trouble to agree. All these women in here, they're going to jump us. I'm going back home.
They used to me being a misogynist. They don't say nothing. Well, they might be shocked at you. You were just getting over.
Yep, just getting over.
On the radio, you went on the radio interview. If I'm not mistaken, that's in Atlanta.
Right.
And you came on there with seemingly good intentions. And she attacked you.
It wasn't just that part. It was the fact that before I go in there, she has a conversation about, okay, now, I just want to talk to you because you just wanted Emmy for the city of Atlanta, and this is in Atlanta, and they just want to hear about the Emmy and hear from you and to thank you for what you did putting the city on. Right. And we won't talk about your kids. We won't talk about jail, no cases. We ain't going to talk about none of that.
Right.
And immediately gets in there and goes the opposite way. You can't flip up on me because you're an inferior comedian. I'm going to destroy you, and I'm never going to call you out of your name. I'm never going to say anything disrespectful to people that look like you. It's a very thin line I got a call, but this lady is trying to embarrass me in front of a largely homosexual fan base. That's why she got canceled. Gay people don't take it kindly that you would, as a derogatory, call me gay. Gay people don't feel like it's derogatory. So why are you trying to shame me with something?
Shit me, Katt. That's all they do on here. YouTube. You might need to cover YouTube with your people. That's the first dish they give you. And black women. YouTubers, but the YouTubers I'm talking about are black women. So it's, and this is one gay guy in Detroit. He calls everybody gay. Even though he said he was the gay spokesman in like 82 and 83. He was on national gay campaign ads and shit.
The face of AIDS.
He's talking about a package, y'all. A package that helps you, an aid package, not what y'all talking about. You know, like what the United Nations pass out.
Community I don't even belong in. There's no gay people saying I belong over there. I've been over there. But I have no hatred of over there, and how dare you?
You did a number on it, though.
Hey.
You did a number on it. That's legendary.
No, you either believe in karma or you don't. Because I didn't even know any of the stuff that she had done to my fellow comedians until afterwards. I just know that it was a setup.
Right.
And remember, they tried to kill me this same weekend, not in jokes, with a real gun in my real face on real camera. Understand I'm losing my life for participating in something that goes along with my job. Like, it's two comedians, what do you mean? And the world was okay with it because it was me. Had that happened to anyone else, the world went crazy when Will smacked Chris. This is a person pulling a whole gun on a comedian in the confines of their job. It's really a weird situation when they hate you that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You felt she hated you at that moment because you mentioned that she said it was going to be very professional. Oh, you want an Emmy? Congratulations. You put the city on. You on for the city. Yada, yada, yada. And now, did she mention anything about the Emmy on camera?
I believe you saw the video and you know that none of that took place. See, the issue is that all the comedians have to come do these radio stations because you have to sell your tickets. And so that means you have to go to the radio station.
Yes.
I don't go to the radio station and I don't make posts to sell tickets. I just don't. So you've not seen me. I'm not here in some subservient position where somebody sent me over.
You here out of the kindness of your heart. You are.
No, I'm saying in the interview situations. Yeah, right.
For sure.
Yeah, and this person knew I wasn't there for that But
how hard, because you have to understand, she is a female. And so you have to be careful. You have to handle her with kid gloves.
Sir. You want to go ahead and take that out? You don't want to be against equality, do you?
No, No.
What you just said was very unequal, sir.
But
I think maybe you've had enough of this. Because I think I just heard you say that women are not equal and should be treated unequally.
They want to be treated.
You mean as a comedian?
No. They want, listen, you understand and I understand.
Yeah.
In certain situations, they want to be treated equal. Not all situations.
There you go, not all.
And
not all.
And what part of what you saw her get?
And that's the problem. They want to be treated equal, but not all the time. You don't get to cut the equality on and off. Either you're equal or you ain't. If women want to be treated as equal, that needs to be all the time. Because I want you to go, again, I'm always saying, I want you to get the pistol and go check on that loud noise that just came from the kitchen at 3 a.m. I want you to do that while I sleep.
She deserved everything you gave her. What part would have been different if she was a man? It would have just been more vicious.
Yeah, that's my point.
I took all the vicious and venom away because I didn't have any. Plus, I understood. I'm not trying to offend Black women with short hair. I'm not trying to offend heavyset women. I'm not trying to upset fellow comedians. I'm not trying to do any of that. And I am qualified to be able to do none of that and still eviscerate you because I'm smart enough to know that I need to say that you have gnarled fingers because I know your limited education means you don't know what the word means. So you can't possibly respond to it. You're not sure of the meaning. And I'm going to continue hitting you because this is what comedians do.
Right.
You've been masquerading that you're a comedian too. And that's the fallacy.
So
nobody in boxing fights out of their weight class. If you're a 130 pounder, you don't just show up with the 160 pounders. You stay in your weight class.
Is that what you wanted to do?
No.
That she was out of her league when it came to, because
I didn't want to do any of it.
I know you didn't want to, but once she took it there, did you feel that you had to go there? Oh, you
go where?
You could have said, Wanda, I didn't come here for that. I just want to do the interview. I just want to talk about what happened.
Oh, you misunderstand my job. My job is to be funny. My job is to be funny first. My first job is to be funny. My second job is to be respectful. My third job is to be immaculate and Gaza strip it. That's non-political. I'm saying if you do it, you let a terrorist accidentally touch over here, and I won't stop burning you down until there ain't nothing left. It'll literally be rubble on top of rubble, and I'll still be bombing. Why? Because that's why you should mind your business. This is what F around and find out is about.
Right. Have you ever been booed, Katt?
Look around and find out. Y'all have found out.
Yes.
All of you.
Yeah. I have.
What was that feeling like? Did it like want to give up? Because because when you have, I don't know how early it was in your career. Obviously, it hadn't been I don't think it's in the last decade because you've been immaculate.
Have you ever dropped a pass?
I have. I've been booed too.
You know the little segment between everything is fine and I got it, and then you noticing where it is now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's that. The thing about as a comedian, the audience's opinion is the only opinion that matters, not you, the writer, not none of that. And so I don't think any comedian.
Hey, y'all. Cam Williams had $102,000 in 2 months off stealing car radios. If we're going by the story he told.
Damn.
Like this nigga went platinum off stealing car radios.
That's good numbers.
Has ever been?
He said we're making $14,000 a week. He said he did it every day. I'm taking it literally. 14 times 4, 6. It's 1 month worth of 1 month of hard-earned work, hard, honest work. $56,000 a month. That's more than what motherfuckers make at McDonald's in a year. He made it in a month. Stealing. At 13.
Unnecessarily either.
And then he just gave up the life of crime. I guess for a year he did it, gang. So he went to Oklahoma with about $1 million in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? He went to Oklahoma and did it big.
They deserve it.
Oh yeah. I'm saying what do they say when a guy shoots the air ball in the NBA? They say air ball to make sure everybody knows. But again, he still got to get back on D.
Right.
Like the game didn't end. He don't get to throw his hands up and sulk.
Right.
That's supposed to be used as a learning experience. Most comedians don't get booed enough. I mean, this is how you end up with a Michael Blackson who's a real African doing a fake African accent. Okay, well, this guy is mad at me. All I did was give him.
Wait, you say he a real African doing a fake African accent? Damn. Add him to the list, game. No comic is off limits. He went face on. Oh, you say he gonna give us a Chris Tucker too? Shit, he was in his bag.
The best advice of his life. Remember, he was wearing dirty dashikis, and I told him he needed to dress to be in the position that he's trying to say that he's in. And if you're the African king of comedy, sir, there's actually comedians in Africa doing comedy. If you're gonna say that, you gotta go to Africa and get a school, dude. Everybody got you gotta put in some work. And these guys, they take my advice, they change their whole persona, and then they hate me for it. And generally, I'm just too big to comment or make a statement about it or do a live or any of that. But when it gets to be a whole grouping of these guys, I got to come and talk to Shannon. I got to lay it down at the altar.
You know every comedian.
This is the other side of Kirk Franklin praying. This is the reckoning. 2024. The reckoning.
You watch it. You know every comedian that's been on my show. You watch every episode.
No, that's not what you said. You said I know every comedian.
You know every comedian.
You're limiting me.
Oh, you watched every episode because you know things. You know things.
That's always where I'm trying to come from, whether it's comedic or otherwise. That's why even if you see me get arrested 10 times in a row on TV, as a fan of mine, you can be like, he's gonna be right out. Yeah, but they just said he didn't do it. He couldn't have. It's stupid. Why would he do something stupid knowing he got to come back and talk to us? No, they respect that every time it happens, I'm going to be free as a bird sitting out here talking to you about it, that it really was what I said it was. That's all.
You end up, you come down, you're in LA.
Yeah.
Now, I'm reading Katt Williams won Cedric the Entertainer's Anheuser-Busch Best Los Angeles Comic Award. Did you win that award, won Katt Williams? It's a simple yes or no. It's not a rhetorical question.
It's a question that probably should have been asked to Cedric the Entertainer.
I'm asking you. I got you here, though.
I know. I couldn't believe Cedric didn't get asked that question. You still a dude's joking to give an award, and then 10 years later, you don't know nothing about it. Hey, but I promise you this.
What?
If he sees me again before he sees you, he'll be talking different when you see him. That's for certain. That's the difference. That's what these comics understand, is that I'm not doing nothing for clout. I don't even recognize clout. But eventually the Lord is going to let me and you be in one hallway. A lot of these dudes go Kevin Hart done went 25 years without ever being in the same building with me at the same time. If I go in the building, he walk out. You've never seen us in the same building ever in 25 years. Like, it's like that. Why? Why?
Yes.
Because I'm really the product. It's not what you think. I am never under the influence of anything. I'm always in my right mind. I'm always a physical specimen. And when you see me, I'm much, much bigger than you had thought. I have far less play in me than you would like. And I'm relentless. I'm out there. I'm still, to this day, I play 11 games of basketball with a 20-year-old.
11 games. Why 11 games? You know the exact number. All right, Charleston White.
The record is 92-6. This is just in the yard, just to the rack, just cause.
You work out, Cat? I mean, you work out, Cat?
Not to the gym.
You don't work out in the gym? You push-ups, sit-ups?
My whole life it was just push-ups and sit-ups only. I would do like 100 push-ups a day. Just.
I thought you were gonna say 1,000.
No, because this is literally every day.
Right.
This is not for the gram. You know what I mean? Like literally 100 a day. And I would do push-ups, and then I tore both my rotator cuffs. And so it was only thanks to golf that I was even able to get my back. I've been a golfer for quite some time. My short game is impeccable. I can't get you but 2 and some change off of the tee, but I'm still coming in for par guaranteed.
You playing for the tips?
No, I've found that you don't get anything for that. It seems very egomaniacal. They go, hey, Katt, for free, you can go further back. Hey, what? Wait a minute, does it still count the same? Hey, I'm up at the ladies' tee. Don't tell me my pronouns. On the golf course, I'm she, her, him, them, and they. Whoever at the front tee.
I know we're joking, we're having a great conversation, but you did win the award. How did the award help your career? It had to help some, Katt.
Nope. No. I didn't remember it happened.
He said that award is like to see you make YouTuber of the Week award. It hurts nobody's career.
Until you just said it. How can Cedric give you an award that was worth something? Everything Cedric and Ricky Smiley ever been in got canceled for not being funny. Ricky sat here and told you that they cut him out of every movie he did. They always had a reason. Like, that's why I'm funny, because I'm a happy person. I laugh all day long. I can't even imagine the misery of these bums. Just to not be good at what you do, not work hard at what you do, but have to act like you're the best at what you do. It is crazy. It's crazy.
But they be touring, they be doing like 100 shows a year.
That's me. I don't run into none of them. That's what I'm saying. If you a Faison Love fan, you mean you've been a fan of him for 32 years, you still waiting on him to do his first special? You mean to tell me if Steve Harvey, your favorite comedian, you mean you've been waiting for him to do stand-up for 15 years now?
I mean, Steve got a lot of other
DL's still out there. None of those irons matter to
Oh, he did too. He said, fuck it, I forgot your name. Oh, he got to do. DL is on Vlad TV, sir. And he got a morning radio show that features the GED section. So there.
Stand up. Who cares that they wrote a placard for you to do Family Feud on? Like, you're successful because we're surprised you can talk for a living and it's entertaining that you're gonna say some funny country things. But not a writer.
Right.
Not a writer.
How did you develop Money Mike and get it? I mean, everybody talk Money Mike. How did you come up with that and say, you know what, this is how you should dress, This is how he should talk. This is how he should look. This is the kind of whip he should ride. This is how he should talk.
So if you'll remember that was my first movie, just understand that what I did then, I've done with every single role, whether it was an Emmy-winning role or whether it wasn't, whether I was playing somebody homeless, whether I was playing a dirty vagabond on Atlanta, whether it was an eccentric guy in First Sunday, regardless of what the role is, the first thing I do is erase me from it.
Okay.
So anything that I would naturally do, that's what I'm not going to do because I'm playing a different character.
Okay.
Right. So I then create this person based upon real life circumstances. So I don't have to wonder what a pimp thinks because I've been in that position for a little while. I also worked manual labor for some time in my life, so I don't have a problem paying somebody that works, and I don't have a problem being a go-getter because I'm a go-getter. So I bring whatever I can to
$2,000 a day, $56,000 a month from stealing car radios.
These characters. I was able to. The first week that I got the script, there was a pimp guy that used to be a pimp, but he wasn't anymore. He was a rapper now, and his name was Mac Minister. And he had been a pimp and was getting to be a rapper. And I had never done a movie before. I was a stand-up, and I'm getting ready to do the movie. And so I was able to craft what a real pimp was like, what was too much. I didn't want to be stereotypical.
Right.
I did the research. I saw how many times people played pimps and they were always, it was always something weird about them, I guess, because it's a weird job. You know what I mean? Right. And I wanted somebody that didn't seem like none of that, that he really thought it was a business and treated it like that. And so, you know, adding those levels to acting is what all actors do if they're not Steve or Cedric or Ricky. Like, you're trying to create a character. You can't just be Faison in every movie. Like, you're just gonna take your shirt off on every movie? Like, why does it say that in your script?
Man, let Big Worm live. Let him breathe, Katt. Let Big Worm breathe.
But to be fair, he only took his shirt off in the crossover film from Chris Tucker. He ain't taking Big Worm to take his shirt off. He ain't take his shirt off in 3 Strikes when he was the dude driving up and down in the Suburban. It was what he got with Chris Tucker. Money Talks, where he was playing the dude in jail and took his shirt off. And things of that nature. Oh.
Call him out now.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers is not like you.
No, I ain't got no allegiance to the man. But you gotta admit the role that he played, Big Perm and Friday Night. You gotta give him credit for the role. Now, come on now.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
If what you're saying is correct, why wasn't he in Next Friday or Friday After Next?
I mean, his role,
it wasn't good. Sorry.
There was a lot of people that appeared in the first one that weren't in the second one, Katt.
I'm just telling you why. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that there's a news flash that there are reasons for things in a business.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, why did you bench D-Lo? He had 2 points. What are you talking about? Shut up. But I like him. Nobody cares about that. That's not what we're talking about. These are business conversations that deal with businessmen.
Right.
Right. When you're good at something, you should progress. The guys that are not as good, they should fall down by the wayside. That's natural.
So you believe if your talent doesn't support it, you should fall by the wayside, and the guys that have the talent and they get elevated, they should move.
No, that's what water says. That's what the universe say. The universe say the levels. No, not I say. Who am I? I'm nobody. But I'm working every day as if I think that's what
should happen.
is how it should be. And I'm choosing comedians that also write and work hard and don't steal other people's material. And I'm making sure that they all make $300,000 a season. And I'm making sure that they're not ever signed to me or my conglomerate. And that's why they're successful. No, you can work with me and still be an independent businessman, boss owner like you came. But I don't need you to be subservient to me. That's those other guys that make you pay dues.
You said earlier that you rewrote a lot of what Money Mike was to say and how he behaved. So they allowed you the freedom, the liberty to ad lib. How much?
Would they allow you to just make an interception if didn't nobody talk about it? As a football player, if the ball comes your way, can you just grab it? Can you make an interception anytime? Are you allowed to pick up any fumble? You can do any hustling, right? Oh, okay. Same here. Same here.
But here's the thing, though. Even as an offensive player, they might let me ad lib once I get a couple of years under my belt. They wouldn't let me ad lib as a rookie. That was your first movie.
I told you the conversation in my first movie, just because I am committed to laughs. The only way I made it past those 300 comedians, I didn't tell you this. What it required is I had to watch all 300 comedians 10 times a piece. I watched.
It was 201, 201. Now it went up to 300. But you was the 201st person. You see, 200 people went in front of me. I was 201. Now it's 300. Boy. I feel you, though. You gotta make it juicy.
You said 10 times of you performing whoever you were. And then I counted how many laughs you got every time you did these amount of minutes. So if you told me this comedian and told me he did 30 minutes, I could tell you that he got 26 laughs in that 30 minutes because I had done the numbers on everybody. So I didn't just say I was funnier. I knew I was funnier than the comic you liked, and I could tell you how many jokes funnier I was because that's how we judge stand-up. You do 15 minutes, I do 15 minutes. How do I know I'm funnier than you? Because you got 6 laughs and I got 16. I'm almost 3 times better than you, low-key boy, but I'm never gonna tell you the formula. So you gonna keep just going out there telling jokes, not understanding that I psychologically, the audience by 10 years is convinced that I'm funnier than you. They just don't know why. Because I'm putting out more content, better.
I had Terry Crews on here. He said at the time that you did the movie, you were homeless. Is that true?
This was my situation. 5 months prior to me getting this first audition for Friday After Next, I got this baby son. I'm holding him up above me. He grabs my little chain. He's playing with it and he accidentally drops it. It breaks out my front 2 teeth. I'm in a situation now where when I go to the dentist, they telling me
his chain broke out his 2 teeth. How heavy? What did this thing? What kind of pendant did he have?
I'm holding him up above me. 5 months prior to me getting this first audition for Friday After Next, I got this baby son. I'm holding him up above me. He grabs my little chain. He's playing with it and he accidentally drops.
So it's a little chain that he accidentally dropped, but the little chain was strong enough to break your 2 teeth? Boy, you in Charleston, wait, boy, y'all got some mean stories. He was hopping on top of the washer and the lid flipped up. Now, all right, then. Y'all, you in Charleston gotta be related.
See, it breaks out my front 2 teeth. I'm in a situation.
Talk about the charm or the necklace?
Man, I don't know. I'm guessing he talking about the pendant. Well, he had the baby, the newborn baby apparently had the strength to grab the necklace and the pendant, G.
Now where when I go to the dentist, they telling me this gonna cost thousands and thousands of dollars to fix this right. They're not telling me what it's gonna look like. I go get an estimate with no money involved, find out what I need to do. They find out you got a tumor in your upper jaw, so we're gonna have to do a whole surgery for you.
A tumor that you wouldn't have known about had the little baby not have broken your teeth with the chain. Oh boy.
Gonna be 100 bands. I don't have it. And I'm only gonna have this check from this movie. So while I'm doing this movie, we live in this trailer. This is where we live. So when they come to work at 5 in the morning, we already there. When they leave at night, we still there. We just double back because we understood that this is our one opportunity. And we have this opportunity to change our lives. It's like a young man going for the draft. Right. We can actually get in the league with this. There are 30 comedians on this cast. They're all magnificent. This is the holy grail of the situation. So yeah, I was able to make sure that, because it wasn't just my first movie, it was KD Albert's first movie. It was Terry Crew's first movie. Absolutely. I was the leader of this group, which meant that we didn't do their rehearsals. They did rehearsal. We did our own rehearsals daily to make sure that we were at the level of professional actors, which is what made it so egregious. That guy saying, I was supposed to, you were supposed to what?
Katt did have a good part in the movie, man. The Santa Claus was funny, man.
The dude said the entire time we were filming,
Santa Claus didn't say nothing. He just stole and crept in your window and shit. And they had to fight with Craig with the Christmas tree. He beat Craig up. He ain't talk.
I can't play this role. They got a bandana over my nose and my mouth. My family not even gonna know who this is. So yeah, tell your story.
Terry Crews also said that you guys had a lot of conversation, that this was your opportunity and you needed to seize this moment.
Terry had the benefit of having been in some very high profile situations already and took L's. Like he had been in the league, you know what I mean? He had done pro wrestling. He had done a lot of things. He had been televised and some things that hadn't worked. Right. And this was just fortuitous for him. And now you know what nobody has ever said in the whole industry in 20 years about, you know, the whole Money Mike not getting raped in the bathroom. Right. So I understood going in that there's no reason. I lost for a 5-year period, every single movie that Kevin Hart did was a movie that had been on my desk, that all I had said was, just, can we take some of this step and fetch it shit out? And then I can do it. Like, it don't need to be overtly homosexual, because I'm not homosexual, right? It doesn't need that to be funny, right? And me saying that and them going, oh yeah, no problem. And then going to give it to this other guy and having him do it just like it was and acting like I'm a bad person because I keep standing on my standard. But yeah, it's interesting, but I wouldn't change it for the world. Like, again, I'm on the winning side of these decisions.
You know, look, I've had Cube, I've talked to Cube, and a lot of people say Cube doesn't pay. What's your relationship with Cube, and what did that opportunity mean for you?
Well, the ungrateful bastards that would say anything about Cube's payment you shouldn't even talk to them anymore. Like you don't go to Goodwill. You don't go to a Goodwill thrift store and go, look at all this cheap ass shit. Why don't you shut up? Why don't you shut up? You could have went to Hermes. Why you didn't go to Balenciaga? Why you didn't get a bowl of the ball man? You want to have that conversation? Right. What you mean the independent black dude who's filming it partly out of his fucking pocket? What do you mean he didn't pay you enough? They weirdos that felt like they earned the opportunity because they were big. No, yeah. I understood.
That ain't no $200 million movie. Well, I mean, how much did you expect you was gonna make?
Well, I made enough to get them teeth fixed just like you did. Yeah. So it was no harm, no foul. I knew that I was gonna go from there, and there was no
turning back for Katt Williams.
Well, here's the thing. I wrote it. What I'm saying if I did it and I did a good job at it, you can thank me. I was involved.
Right. I'm
not gonna come later on and tell you I never even read the whole script. So how you know what roles? What? What do you mean you never read the like these guys' whole job is to present something, unfortunately. And I'm just not a presenter. If you ask me a question, I'm just going to tell you the truth for how it went.
Would you be willing to do another Friday?
Cube already asked me to write it. I was supposed to have been writing it. This is what these guys are mad about. Like, we lost some great people before this movie could come out regardless. Right. And so, yes, there desperately needs to be one. But we miss John Witherspoon in a way that can't really be quantified, if I'm being honest with you. And the Chris Tucker that we got now is Epstein Island Chris Tucker, not Smokey.
Oh, Lord. Epstein Island Tucker.
If I didn't know no better, I'd tell you he's the greatest. I don't care what you say. To be confident and not delusional is a real skill. Most of these confident people we see is really delusional.
Well, you don't think they asked Chris Tucker to come back in the second Friday? Smokey was all Smokey. There ain't no Friday without Smokey.
We all agree to that, and there's no next Friday without Friday, and there's no Friday after next.
Katt sound like a nigga that's standing on business that's saying I'm better than all you niggas and I can prove it. Now, if he couldn't point to his accolades and shit of that nature, because he still is out here getting his money. He's still out here doing 100 city tours. He's still doing stand-up. Still Netflix specials and all that shit. He said these other comics aren't doing that. They're on TV and shit. He can still do movies. They do TV, he do movies. Nothing to hate on. He just say I'm the shit. Hey, Rose Gold. But I've seen that a lot today, though, supermarkets. I have seen a lot of people say he sound like a hater, but listening to it, he just sound like a nigga that's standing on business like, I can prove this. This why Steve Harvey mad at me. Because we were on a tour together, we were back and forth in front of about 100,000 people, 10,000, however many it was, and I told the world that there was a man weed. I'd be mad at him too. We thought everybody wanted the Steve Harvey line up back in the day. He broke down, he broke down everybody's shit. And he didn't come from the right place. They always on the show before him. Then when he said he like everything I'm addressing, Shannon, these niggas came on your show and said first, G. He said they came on your show and brought me up, and so I've just got my time now since you had the other comics on here. I'm better than all them niggas. Let me explain. When was the last time you seen the face of Love stand up? It was about 87. He ain't no comic. He ain't lying. That ain't hate, that's true. He pointed out the Ricky Smiley shit, DL. He just roasted these niggas because he's pretty much the only active comic out of all of them. The rest of them are pretty much retired. Cause I ain't seen DL with no stand-up notes like in a minute. I find it entertaining. I mean, it's funny as shit.
Nah, we talk about the role because you said that they don't.
Here's the thing. Okay. Here's the thing. Chris was allowed to make the decision. At the time that this is happening, Katt Williams is known for smoking weed.
That's what he just said, Marquise. He was just like, hey, every movie Kevin Hart played in, I had the script years before he got it. I just was like, hey, can we tone down some of this homosexual shit? I ain't trying to do all the gay stuff. And he didn't do it, Kevin Hart did. He said he's a man. He's standing on business. Remember, Katt was telling us about the Illuminati and them parties in his stand-up early. He was in that little green suit he was talking about. He was the cocaine parties and shit he was seeing in Hollywood. He been putting that shit in his comedy. And then they tried to make the man seem like he was crazy. But he still is out here managing to put together these tours and shit on his own. He ain't using no published, no production company, nothing. He's setting this shit up himself. Can't be that damn crazy.
Willie Nelson's known for smoking weed. Snoop's known for smoking weed, but none of us is really known except Willie. And I'm saying, Chris Tucker didn't want to be the poster child for smoking weed. He don't smoke weed like that.
Right.
He in the church. He Michael Jackson's best friend. Christmas. Michael Jackson called him Christmas. You ever met a man that gave you a little nickname like that?
No.
Oh shit! Hey, yeah, Mike called the boy criminal. Chris Tucker, aka criminal.
Be the greatest.
Man, I ain't gonna be able to get nobody back. I ain't gonna be able to get no more comedians.
They are.
No, they ain't.
Are you kidding?
Nah.
Must be the greatest.
Man, I ain't gonna be able to get nobody back. I ain't gonna be able to get no more comedians.
They all coming.
No, they ain't.
Are you kidding?
Nah.
Hey, I promise you.
I got all the rest of them. I done got the ones.
I promise you, everybody trying to double back. You're gonna be having to beat them off with a stick. You won't let him. He'll come in. Much as.
You're on Def Comedy Jam, Comic View. What were those experiences like? What do you remember most about Def?
This is a stand-up without it even being a stand-up. This man just turned the interview into a stand-up. I fuck with Kevin Hart though, but like Kevin Hart he like goofy funny. He goofy funny. I fuck with Kevin Hart though.
Comedy Jam and Comic View.
Comic View was everything. Comic View was really the break, and not Friday After Next, just because Comic View was just 3,000 of your stand-up peers, and we just throw sets of all of them up there, and we see who the audience likes. Who do they like? And it was a great wild, wild west time to be involved in comedy. And the same is true for Def Jam, because hip hop was a fad at one time, and hip hop ain't gonna last. And why are you doing that? And that's how it was for blue comedy. If you were a comedian that cussed, you were ridiculed by the mainstream comedy geist. That would be like me being on Joe Rogan. Joe don't want me on there. I need to be on Shannon. Joe got 6 comedians that never been funny. He want to push out. But that's really how it is. I'm so sorry I'm competitive. You're an athlete, right?
Yeah, I can tell.
You understand?
Competitive. This what men do. We compete. He said, I'm better than all these niggas. Well, you gotta feel that way though. What are you gonna say? You're not as good as these people? That kills your self-confidence.
There would be another Comic View, Def Comedy Jam. Could that in today, in 24, 25, 26, could we see that again?
They've already announced it. It's already going. You didn't know? Yeah, Kevin Hart purchased it, so he's now doing Comic View. That happened at the same time that they gave DC Young Fly Hollywood Squares. Yeah, because they tell you that there's no gatekeepers, but we keep seeing the same people open the gate. Didn't Kevin open the gate and let Tiffany in? And he now opening it up for, don't such and such open the gate? But what do you mean ain't no gatekeepers? There's 100 gates out here. Everyone I've seen got a keeper.
Would you have wanted to do Comic View or Def Comedy Jam? Would you have wanted to be?
I think we just mentioned I did them both.
No, I'm saying he purchased the rights and refranchise it.
Nope. They didn't offer it to me anyway. Like Comic View did a couple of disservices to comedy as well. So there were people like me that were out there getting 2 and 3 standing ovations in one set. And that wasn't good for television. So what they did was they started making everybody get a standing ovation. So they would tell the audience, when they get off stage, everybody get up and cheer. And so now the fact that I'm the only one out there going to get standing ovations is now making people think everybody get a standing ovation. And that's not how comedy is. So I understood why that couldn't go anymore. Because remember, Ricky Smiley sat right here and told you a story about how he performed with Mike Epps and Katt Williams when he did Comic View, and to let him tell it, he was funnier than both. My name lived down. Talking about the special needs. That's good.
That's a different time.
Some clever material.
That was a different time, Katt.
No, it wasn't. It was the time I was there.
But I'm saying
that time, this time, same time.
No, but I'm saying
just like people.
In order for to say he going about it the wrong way, you would have to listen to every comedian he didn't talk shit about, sit on Shannon Sharpe's couch, see what they said, and then see if he's validated in what he's saying. Otherwise, you're just going off what you heard him say. But he's already started the interview out by saying, everybody I'm talking shit about, they've been on your show and talk shit about me. So unless you gonna say everything they said was said and framed in the right way, you just don't like them. It's fine. It's cool. You can not like them. I don't care. But the shit is funny, and he's a damn comedian. So how is he going about it the wrong way? He's a comedian that's being on an interview on a platform. He had 88,000 people watching live. It's at damn near 3 million views. So apparently he ain't going about it the wrong way. He broke the fucking internet. They broke it. That's all everybody been talking about today is what he said. And guess what? He gonna see the numbers off this, and you know what's gonna be his next stand-up special? Jokes about all them niggas. He getting the money.
But I tell you, the Egyptians, they're not black. Egypt is in Africa, folks. As long as Egypt is in Africa, then Egyptians are African.
Do you believe you could tell the same jokes today as when you started out? I mean, Eddie Murphy not telling those jokes. Richard Pryor wouldn't be able to tell those jokes in 2024 that they told in the 70s and the 80s.
So they wouldn't have told them.
But that's my point.
They're not inferior people.
No.
If they were in this time, they would be going according to our time. Just like then, we were going according to that. Like, that's how it is in the world. There are words that we can use for a while. And when we use them for a while until somebody says that ain't a good word, we should stop saying that.
Correct.
That don't make people feel good. And we stop saying the word. And we move on to another word. You can't say the R word. You can certainly say special needs.
Yeah.
You can certainly say spectrum. There are things that you can say to get your point that don't have to hurt people.
Right.
But you would know that if what you did was construct the English language for a living, then you would understand that part.
You financed your first stand-up. You had 20, it cost you 22,000. You had 25 to your name.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to do that? You believe that much in Katt?
I believe that much in business. In business, the goal is for you to become independent and be the boss, take the responsibility, and also get the profit.
Okay.
That's all. How can I be looking for you to put me on if I wouldn't? And if I can't show you what you missed out on, why would you believe me?
And by the way, Marquise, it's been a comedian come on there and talk about Kevin Hart. One of them being Michael Blackston was talking about they beef. I don't know who this other nigga is. Another nigga that was on there that said, well, nobody checking for Kevin Hart to think like a man. So it's been several people come on and talk about Shannon Sharpe or Will Packer.
Now, the fact that I was able to do it 12 times, that's the real thing. The part that I'm able to do it all across the country. The fact that every time I do a tour or a special, you think, well, that's sponsored by somebody. Somebody did a good job. No, just the guy they're kicking around, just the one that might mentally not be all there. He's the one picking the outfits, writing this guy's material, booking the shows, making sure he gets there. He's the one hiring the other comedians. But hey, I knew that that's the end goal. So if that's the end goal and I'm there when I start, why would I deviate from that?
Right.
Remember, my goal was to get this far in Hollywood and still have a virgin asshole. And I never had sucked a penis. That was my only goal. I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors. Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. And that's the truth of the matter. So I stayed away from that. And remember, I told you the drug story from when I'm in the park.
Yeah.
So these are just the things. I had all of those when I came in. I already was ready for that. That's what they don't like.
I did not know. You're telling me and showing me a side of the business that I didn't know. That you guys are, man, the competition, the competitiveness.
That's all business. I don't care if they're selling Coke. You wouldn't believe the things that Coca-Cola says about Pepsi. You wouldn't believe the water conversations between Dasani and Liquid Death. Like in all business, in all sport,
it's
competition is a driving force. And I don't require anybody to be better. Who am I? I just require if you're a loser and you've taken shortcuts at every chance and you've made sure that you didn't put anybody on that really had a work ethic and was a God-fearing person and you helped it. If that was never you, then don't act like that's you. Don't get out here now that you don't do stand-up and start acting like, oh, you're not sure why you don't do stand-up no more. I heard you got run off. You better be careful. The nigga that run you off gonna show up and he gonna tell everybody. Then what you gonna be able to say? Nothing. Why you think I speak with such clarity? I'm actually involved in each one of these stories I told you about. Right. Right.
The one comedian, and we've been sitting here doing this interview that you hold in very high regard is Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle walked away from 50 million. You said it was more. Tell the story.
That's right.
I will let you tell it.
No, you're
no, I want you to tell it.
You really are the best. You're proving it here today. As much as I'm proving it, you proving it. You proving it. Yeah, that wasn't the thing. It wasn't People say that he lost $50 million. No, that's not even close to what happened to this dude. And until you understand what happened to the dude, you don't understand what happened. Like, no, not they offered him 50 million and he turned it down. Who gonna turn down 50 million? Now I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times just to protect my.
Wait a minute, who gonna turn down 50 million? But I done had to turn down 50 million 4 times. Why you turn it down?
My integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say I'm so free.
Can I need know? You can get your number.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Come on.
Because early on you was accusing me again.
Katt, man.
It's crazy.
I mean, but you know, some of these people.
Martin tried to put me in my first dress. When he had to go on his hiatus, was accusing me again.
Katt, man.
It's crazy.
I mean, but you know, some of these people.
Martin tried to put me in my first dress.
Oh, Martin tried to put him in his first dress. Yeah, that 200 million, he said he turned down. All together, unless it was the same 50 million 4 times. Hello, room shaker. I don't know why your icon is white. You is not pure. Did this nigga change his shit again? I'm sick of me. Oh, look at the couple. Fuck it. So that what y'all tried to do any damn way.
When he had to go on his hiatus, he tell me, Katt, when I come back, I need you. You my young partner, you my brother in comedy. When I come back, just promise me that my next movie, it'll be me and you. We gonna do it together. We gonna do some buddy cop shit. I said, Martin, you got my motherfucking word, my nigga. Go do what you gotta do. When you come back, I'm in your movie. Don't trip. I don't need to see the script or nothing. You know, we get in that office and this fool pull out Big Mama's House too. I almost died. And I gotta read this script from all these good white people. Where this nigga want me to get in a dress with him. And I'm literally saying to everybody, why is he in a dress again? You already played the old lady as an FBI agent. We can play anything now. We can be playing a dog catcher this time. Why do we need to be in a dress? And I get so mad, I say, you don't want me. You want Brandon T. Jackson. And that's who they went and got. Twice I said it, they went and got him. Just like I'm telling you, I had that other dude's work. I had all of it. All I did was say, I want to punch it up so it's not offensive to real niggas. And that's how I got in this position.
I sure hope I have Club Shay Shay after this era.
It's gonna be in a dimension it's never been.
Yeah, it's gonna be
the greatest thing floating in 2024. Mark the words. No way. In a whole different realm of business. Oprah coming next. Once I establish this as a place of truth. Oh yeah. Watch. God's people ain't that few.
Prince. You met Prince.
Yeah, so
Prince was a friend of mine.
Got 2 videos.
He was a friend of mine.
What was those conversations?
Look. Another cut.
I mean, sometimes we don't really understand or appreciate someone until they're gone. I did. I was a big Prince fan. All this stuff because he could play all the instruments. He could sing. He could dance. He was an entertainer. And what he wrote. I mean, who thinks of Cherry Moons? Who thinks it snows in April? Who a raspberry beret or pink cashmere? The purple rain. The things that he wrote about. Like, bro, who mind goes there?
Yeah, he was like unlike anybody in the world. He was just an amazing individual. I was able to meet him when I was 12, and I knew him my entire life through all of his changes. I was able to assist him many times. If you go look at Prince's car collection, you'll see that Prince don't have not one car Katt Williams ain't got. He got the Prowler from Friday After Next sitting there. He got the same Bentley as me, like, because we share certain things. Our connection was lyrics, musical lyrics, women, and cars. And those are the areas where he trusted my opinion on things. And that's where I got to be helpful in his life. And he was helpful in mine in really all different types of ways, especially about the business, as far as being a Black man that was rich in this business at 18 years old, had already did his first $1 million contract, had already grown.
Nigga, you was rich at 13. Making $2,000 a day stealing radios. Do I gotta say this shit again? Sir, you was making $56,000 a month stealing radios. You was rich.
Records was determined that he didn't want to be like anybody else, was so great of a guitar player that Black people just stopped caring about guitar, and he got left out on a limb and somehow still had to create his way out of that. He was just really a 1 in a billion type person. I was lucky to know him.
Now, there are specials and the streaming. I don't know. I don't think there's as many. There's no DVDs now. So where are you on this?
No DVD. See, that DVD. Dang it, I hit the wrong button. Hold on.
Streaming, the specials. I mean, obviously you still tour, but how much do you focus on? Okay, I'm gonna tour, say 100 days or 150 days, but I'm gonna do a special.
Well, now that our relationship with Netflix is at the 8-figure mark,
Eight?
How
You said 8?
How often you want to make them?
Oh, you said 8? I mean, like
Right.
5, 6, 7, 8?
Got to be 10 million to qualify, yeah. So what I'm saying is, once you're at that level, how many would you do? I'd be willing to bet you say, every time you turn around, I'm gonna be doing another one. Hey. I think that's what you would say if you was any good. Yeah, and like I said, with 12 comedy specials, why do I need to be in these conversations with these specialist people? Sid ain't got no special, you remember? Steve ain't got no special, you remember? Ricky ain't got no special, you remember? Faison ain't got no. So why do y'all get special? Yep, it was 20 minutes long.
It was good too, though.
It was. He's good. Now, remember, Steve ain't got no special, you remember? Ricky ain't got no special, you remember? Faison ain't got no. What? So why do y'all get special? Yep, it was 20 minutes long.
It was good too, though.
It was. He's good. Not it was good. He's good.
See,
he's good. Don't think because I said something derogatory that I don't know how to hate. Earthquake has consistently, I don't think anybody's ever said Quake wasn't funny. He probably never been booed. Yeah. I don't think he's ever given a bad performance in his life. But his just due was overdue. He was in a whole different situation.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't able to translate the stand-up to the movie thing, he took a hit. Most people don't take a hit. They're just judged on their stand-up. Right. So yeah, no. I even though it sounds like there's a lot of people, that's not the case. I'm a proponent of all of us who are in this business working hard trying to make it.
When you got to stand up, was crossing over, was doing TV, was doing movie, was that a part of it? You're like, okay, I'm doing stand up. Okay, the next progression is TV movies.
All right, y'all. It's still an hour left for this jet. I'm about to share it on my community. Well, I'm at the. Let me get out of timestamp.
About the history.
At the hour and 50-minute mark. It's 2 hours and 46 minutes long. I'm sharing the rest on my community wall. If y'all want to hear the rest of what Katt said, I'm gonna listen to the rest of it as I go to bed. But I'm falling asleep. I can't get the fuck up out of here. Tired. Room shaking. You won't say anything, and you just came up here. You know how we do. Got anything? Nothing. All right, then. I know man didn't want to say nothing. He just want to show that big ass emblem. See y'all tomorrow or later today.
Whole team Shannon, we stars, big dipping. Get a lot of haystack gang in the sip. Niggas ain't real, nigga. You gotta feel me, nigga. Smile in my face behind my back, you trying to kill me, nigga. You say you got beef, then what you wanna do? You screaming, fuck me, nah, nigga, fuck you. You ain't hard at me. Couple kick dough, couple rivalries. Nigga get extorted, get aborted, he don't pay the fee. Posted in the north, got the 2 to 4 recipe. I be cooking chicken bit, not talking rotisserie. I got all my hater man, I know that they sick of me. Who the fuck he think he is, motherfucker MB3? I honestly pay him no attention, they up under me. Haters call me Visa cause I'm everywhere they wanna be. Ladies, man, catch me with more honeys than a bumblebee. Say she got a husband, but she always wanna suck the D. State gang, true sipper, who these niggas wanna be. I've been getting money since a younger, I've been pushing peace, stay strapped. Gotta watch your back when you're in the streets. Friends turn to foes, never know who your enemy. I was in Detroit, he ain't keep the same energy. West side down the slide, I don't think he feeling me. I was on some demon time, nigga talking about killing me. They no business, let's see all that shit that you gon' do to me. Come outside, why you scared? I thought that you been a G. We don't bluff, we pulling up, we different down in Tennessee. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white square, been serving them on the same block. Dime piece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white square, been serving them on the same block. Dime piece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. I got an old school bitch, call her Aretha. Shawty so fine, shawty she a keeper. Smoke that reefer, preferred by the quarter. I do this for my kids, my sons and my daughter. Get treated like a king. Hoes call me sire. One look like Lotto, the other look like Maya. My plug, he ain't playing, he only talking them numbers. I cop it, whip it, and ship it. My money coming in bundles. Different flavors of kush, orange, grape, and apple. If a nigga trap me, it's gonna be a disaster. Dope money and bitches, pimp robbers and snitches. It's all in my hood. My homies say that I'm gifted, I really can't complain. Shit's starting to change, a product of my environment. Tell me who can I blame? Neck like a glacier, bought my shawty a bracelet. Money go glitter, that's why these niggas be hating. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white squares, been serving them on the same block. Dime piece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white squares, been serving them on the same block. Dime piece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white squares, been serving them on the same block. Dime piece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitted, let's get it.